Hello. Sorry if I scared you there. Shit. That was my guitar. Good evening. It is Sunday. This song this bit's the hardest part of the song. It's the first bit. It's this bit. So I can't quite do it yet. That's better. Then it gets easier from now on. I forgot the next bit. This bit's really hard as well. Fuck. Something like that. I learnt the Mario theme the other day. I've been playing guitar for many years, and I was around Tara's brother's house, and someone said, "Can you play the Mario theme?" And it never occurred to me to ever even try to play it. And it's like something like shit. Shit. There you go. I forgot it. Okay. Well, this is my favourite bit to play. Shit. You get the idea. You know, you get the gist. That's roughly it, I think. The Mario theme. What's the Mario 2? Let's get it up. What's Mario 2's theme? I can't remember it. I'm sure I'll remember it as soon as I hear it. Mario 2 theme on the electric. So this is the Mario 2 theme. Okay. This is good. Right, okay. Let's look it up, see what it looks like. So, Mario 2 theme. I have no idea if Stu's ringing me or not, so we'll get to the fucking podcast. Metal Gear Solid fought that. Is it the Overworld theme? Is this it? Can't see. Can't see it. What's this one? That is it. Okay. Shit, that looks hard. Ah, shit. Okay, I'm fucking that right up. Okay. It's there. It's getting there. Oh, I think Stu's trying to get a hold of me now. Yo, Stu. It's a tough one, that. That's a tough one. Alright, Stu, calm down. I've accepted it.
Stuart, do not talk like that. You don't sound like me.
Yo.
Oh, Brian Bryanson. Ouch!
Oh, you were doing Brian Bryanson? I thought you were doing John Chinny.
No, not trying to do Chinny.
Alright. Well,
Brian Bryanson.
It is quite a common theme that people think that I am Brian Bryanson right now.
You do. Well, you can't be Brian Bryanson because
good job with the Sonic theme there, dude.
That's what it is.
Why can't I be Brian Bryanson?
You can't be Brian Bryanson because the speak pipe he sent whilst we were at Eurogamer or EGX came while both you and Pilch were sat in the same place, so it can't be either of you two.
Whatever. He could have gone.
Was it the perfect crime?
Maybe. Mind you, you did sort of slip out to buy a memory card. Maybe that's when you sent it.
What? When you was at Five Guys?
Yeah, that's when it came. It came just as we were at Five Guys.
See, it's like the O.J. Simpson trial.
Yeah.
And there's such a thing as scheduled emails.
I know, but that is a lot of trouble to go to.
Scheduled emails don't really take that much work.
No,
way too much work for me.
It is way too much work for me. Or Pilch, for that matter. I would imagine that's way too much work for Pilch.
Fair enough. You're doing better than I do.
Yeah. I can't see him going to all that trouble.
No.
Okay, we're ready, right?
I don't know.
That's not a no. Here we go.
To the veteran gamers, Juju, Jimmy, other fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week. News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu's story time and Jimmy's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite saviors. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers.
Good job!
Yeah, boy.
Can we cut the condescending crap and play the
Switch
game?
that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Toilets look like crispy bacon. Hey!
Hello and welcome to episode 405 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yay, 405 coming at you live. All funk, no jive. I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
I'm Chinny.
Yay!
We are not military veterans. We're veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
Also, you're listening to a recorded version of this podcast, but we stream it live on the internet on
Well, some people are
services
A live version.
such as YouTube and Twitch, and I think we still do Mixer, but I don't know, no one cares about that one.
Mixer.
Don't try and start a thing, Stu.
Fast forward selector.
Yeah.
Don't, Stu.
Mixer.
No.
What?
Don't
See that
force it.
ad? Like mixer.
You got to
See?
understand
That's
your role here in this podcast, Stu. Is not the funny man. You got to leave that to
Okay.
that shit to me and Duke. Okay.
I'm not funny.
Yeah, Duke's not funny.
Chinny's the funny one.
Oh,
Yeah, Ginny's a funny one.
I'm like-
We'll just let you be the funny one.
okay.
Yeah.
Look, I've
Say
got.
we'll prove it to the listeners. Chinny, say
Yeah,
something.
say something funny. Yeah, say something funny.
Okay.
Just say, it doesn't matter what you say. It'll be funny. Go ahead.
Go on, go.
Flaps.
I don't know, man.
I was like, hey, what's it going? And then he said,
I got a funny story.
I don't know.
I got a funny story.
oh snap! It is
Strap
my-
in, people. Strap in, people.
It's favorite time. It's story time. Story time.
Okay, so Wednesday night, it's my gaming night. Tara's out teaching Pilates. I'm going to play some fucking video games. Here we go, right? I get in, need a poo. So I have a poo. And
Do we really need to know about the poo?
Yes, you do.
Is this
I've got
important to
some
the
nerve
story?
asking about the detail in a story, Stuart.
Yes, all right. So
Well,
remember
you
when
know.
you stopped at my house, Stu, and I said, our toilet is a fine toilet, though it has problems dealing with bulk orders. Remember when I said that to you? Remember that?
I don't, but carry on.
I remember, not this year, it was last year, and I said our
Maybe last
toilet
year, maybe
has
last year.
problem with bulk orders. And sure enough, I've never had a problem at my mum and dad's toilet, at Tara's mum's toilet,
Oh my
always
God.
fine. At my toilet, at my house, that I bought 2 years ago, the toilet's not very good at bulk orders. And this Wednesday, it struggled to get through.
What did you eat? Can I ask you what you'd eaten?
I can't remember. I don't want to recall that. But anyway, it
I
had
think the problem is that you kind of have a shit toilet.
so I had this problem of these bulk orders.
Did you have overflowing? Was there
No,
overflowing going on?
there's the valve stops it from overflowing. So, but it
it
rises
just kind of
up.
hung around for a little while.
Oh.
So yeah, it hangs around and it goes down very, very, very slowly, and then I have to keep flushing. And that wasn't doing the job. However, I've got a counter to this problem that has happened before since I moved in. We have a plunger, right? So the plunger,
Oh,
when it gets used, which is not that often, I clean it, I disinfect it, and then it's ready for the next time.
God. So you plunge the shit in the
I want to
toilet.
pause. I want to pause this story and speak to Eric at this point and go. It's a bit rich that he's getting offended by a poo story, isn't it, Eric? Is that
No,
me?
I think who's getting offended by is how much detail you're going into. Stuart
There's
likes
a-
his stories.
There's a lot of
right to the
detail, man.
point.
Right to
Yeah.
the point. Anyway,
That's-
I feel like I'm being as concise as I
I've
need
just
to
got
be.
a vision of a
Being
plunger
very
with
nice
shit
about it.
hanging off
Stupid
it. You know what I mean?
Seconds.
Right. Okay. So let's move on. So
Okay.
I can't
Okay.
find this plunger. At this point, my temperature's rising up to, it was about a 4. It's going to a 6. This is my night to play video games. Time's very precious. Marsh is also waiting for me because he wants to play video games with me. I text him and say, I've got a bit of a problem right now. I'm not going to be able to get to you right now.
I'm playing Super Toilet Man
Yes.
3.
So
The video
so
game I'm playing.
I'm looking for the plunger. Temperature rising. I'm going, where the fuck's the plunger? Why the fuck isn't it where it's supposed to be? Who moves the plunger? What the fuck is going on? Did a burglar come in and steal nothing else but the plunger? What's happening here? It wasn't anywhere to be found. Didn't know what to do. Right. This is where the story takes a turn into desperate. So
Uh-oh.
now I want this toilet to be unclogged.
So I made a plunger out of a baseball cap
No.
and a broomstick.
That would have been a smart thing to do. So what I did was we have a toilet brush, right? And toilet brushes. I thought we could just get a new one. It's no big deal. Before I started this process, I made sure that I had some like disposable cloths to get rid of this problem.
Oh God.
So anyway, I stick the. This is a video game podcast for first time listeners. So I stick the toilet brush into the water and expecting to zhuzh the water, giving it momentum to hopefully shift the bulk of the excrement in the toilet. It didn't work, but not only did that not work, it made the situation worse because the head of the toilet brush came off. And at this point, my temperature went from 6 to 9. And then I was now speaking. I was communicating with the toilet brush. I was saying, no, you don't. Fuck you. You're not going under there. So I had to think very quickly. And luckily, I had one of these disposable rags and grab it. Now, you might have an image of lots of shit going around. I couldn't actually see any shit.
I do.
There was actually no shit visible. It was more like... like toilet paper water kind of thing. So I grabbed the head of the toilet brush, which was disgusting, but I had a cloth between my fingers and the toilet brush, and
do you have a glove on?
I had a disposable glove on, and I screwed it back on, right? Because that's why it came off. I had to screw it back on. So I screwed it back on, but I had to balance it while I was trying to like rip up the cloth, so that was a very stressful part. So I did that, screwed it on, and threw that away. Right, put that to bed. Okay, I went, all right, well, it can't get any worse, I thought.
Oh, it can always get.
Oh my God, what happened there?
So then I had nothing to judge this turd out of its position. And then, for some reason, I thought we used to have one of those, like, it was like a chain thing, and you put it down and it goes round the bend of the thing and you can poke it. It wasn't a chain. It was like a spring metal.
All right, okay. Yeah.
So I was like, I couldn't find that either. So then we have a ton of spare coat hangers under the stairs, and there's like a metal one.
The wire coat hanger.
The wire coat hanger. So I thought,
oh, it's a plastic coat hanger. Are you just gonna use a plastic one?
No. So I thought I'll get one of these wire ones and MacGyver the shit out of it, bend it, get it under there. So I did that. And it wasn't really working. So I did it further and further. And I was pushing it and tugging it, pushing it and tugging it. And then I tugged it and it wouldn't come out.
Oh.
So now
Tara,
you've got
I burned the house down, Tara. We have to buy a new house.
So I did think about that. So now I have a blocked toilet with a wire sticking out of it.
You don't want that up your bum, do you, when you sit on it? You don't want to say.
So now I'm thinking, okay,
for yourself, Stu.
If Tara came back to a blocked toilet, she would be slightly annoyed. If she came back to a blocked toilet with a piece
let's be honest, she doesn't want a piece of wire stuck up her foo-foo, does she? You know what I'm saying?
Unnecessary. So she doesn't want a blocked toilet, but a blocked toilet with a piece of wire sticking out of it is even worse. So now I'm thinking, how the fuck do I get this out? So what happened here was
This is Stuart's favorite story ever. That
It's getting better. It's getting better.
The engagement, the birth of his niece and nephew, whatever. Stu's been waiting for a poo wire toilet story from Chinny, and now it's finally happening.
So what happened now was, some people may.
I dread to think.
So what happened now was, I'm an atheist. But I became very religious at this point.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, where were you at this point?
In temper, I was 10. Like I was at the limit. So
no atheists in foxholes or in bathrooms with clogged toilets.
It's true. So
do you know what's funny as well? Like Chinny is the calmest person I know.
So I became
he's so laid back. He's almost like horizontal.
I became very religious at this point, and I said to God, look, I know we haven't had a great relationship so far. I know that I don't really believe you, and to be honest, I still kind of don't. But if you can do this little favor for me, God, and I will wish all my wishes. I won't wish to be a millionaire. I won't wish for like all the wealth and health in the world. I just want this fucking wire coat hanger out of my toilet right now. This is the only thing that I'm gonna wish for. And I tugged, and then guess what? God answers, and it came free. And so that then, luckily, I had my fingers crossed when I was praying to God and said, "Fuck you! I still don't believe in you."
Converted.
No. So then I pulled the wire out, wiped it, and got rid of that. And then this is what hurt the most was I had another idea which was far less stressful and probably more smarter, because I remember my mom doing this years and years ago. Was she used to fill a bowl with warm water and just keep pouring it down, and I was like, well, I should have tried this first, right? Because this would have like been the least stressful thing to try. So I tried that, and about 3 or 4 times it worked, and I was like, well, fuck, damn, that's the end of the story.
Oh my God, that's a good poo story, I have to say.
Oh man, I thought they'd start singing it as soon as I pressed play. Is that how you felt?
When the coat hanger became loose. And God's all like, what the fuck? Like, God's all like, what the fuck, man? I released it. Now you gotta believe in me. I'm like, yeah, right.
Exactly. That's like on 30 Rock when Tracy Jordan is being shocked by his electric collar, long story. And he's like, oh, God, if you let me through this, I promise every Sunday I'll go to. And then as soon as he got to that point of the sentence, it stopped. And he goes, Pizza Hut. I'm going to go to Pizza Hut every Sunday.
There we go. And that's the story time of this.
All right.
Now you see my story. I've got a story also.
Oh, snap. Everybody's got a story today.
I know. Got a story. But mine just pales into insignificance after that, I've got to say.
It's almost though it's not worth telling.
To be honest,
not worth telling, but I'm going to tell
I
it
think
anyway.
we should end the show.
I think we should.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
But as you know, I have purchased a PlayStation Pro.
Did you get it stuck down a toilet?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Jam the wire into it.
But I did have an older PlayStation 4 to get rid of.
Oh, you put that one down the toilet?
So, no, I wish I had. I wish I had, really. Because I thought, you know what? I'll just stick it on Gumtree. Because, like, how hard can it be to sell a PS4 on Gumtree? Do you know what I mean? But fuck me. Gumtree's like, it's kind of like eBay.
Yeah.
It's kind of like eBay, but people have to come and collect it.
So it's Craigslist.
Yeah, it's like Craigslist. It's like Craigslist in the UK.
Right.
But people are just a nightmare, right? So I had people who would phone up and go, oh, yeah, will you accept whatever, right? 125 quid.
I've got a coat hanger with shit all over it.
I know, yeah. I'm like, yeah, okay then. All right, I'll come and collect it tonight. Didn't turn up. 3 people just didn't turn up. They're like plumbers. Just didn't turn up to collect it.
I could have done with one of those.
I know, yeah. So that was it. And then I had this other weird thing, right, where people were trying to scam me.
Put your phone number out there. You just open it.
Yeah. So I had people send me a text and go, oh, can you just email me some details or whatever? This is my email address. And one of them, this is what I got back. It said, hi, sorry I had to text you as I'm hearing impaired, but I am very keen. How I wish I could come and have a look as I'm currently away at work at the moment. I would like to help me post it to my son in Leicester. I want it as a gift for him. I would like it posted via Royal Mail next day delivery. I will cover postage costs and I will be paying via PayPal as advised by Gumtree. I don't know much about gadgets, but if you can let me know your asking price, then I think we should be able to sort something out. So apparently
How do you know?
Sorry, go. Right, because what these people do is, right, and I've had a look into this, right. What these people do, they send this, right. As soon as you post it, they reverse the PayPal payment.
I didn't know that was a thing you could do.
Yeah, it is. Apparently, if you do it, what they do it something like as a PayPal Direct or something, or PayPal Friend or something like that. So that was one, but I got another one. I got another one off of Michelle Collins, and she said, "Great, Please consider it sold and please cancel every other appointment regarding it, as I'm willing to pay your full asking price because I need to buy it for my cousin as a gift. There's a bit of a theme here.
That part is sketchy as AF. Because
I have read.
Oh, yeah, cancel everything. No. You don't tell me how to run my auction.
I have read through the advert and I am totally satisfied with it. Sadly, I would not be able to come personally collect it due to my hearing loss and being in a wheelchair.
Sorry, because of her what?
Hearing, yeah, very funny. Well, the other guy was hearing impaired as well. I mean, what is with these people?
Funny. Don't worry, people. We will be talking video games soon.
Hey.
Deaf people fucking love Gumtree. Okay.
And they obviously do.
Yeah, really. Who are you, Stu?
Not only that, but I have a courier agent that will help me pick it up at your preferred location after you receive your money, and I'll pay you via PayPal. Where is the pickup location so I can inform the courier agent about it now? It's just like, what the fuck? So anyway, in the end, right, I just took it off Gumtree and I took it to the smelly shop because I was like, fuck it.
Boy.
How much
For the
did
sake of...
smelly shop?
Well, I wanted 125 for it. I got, well, that's a whole other story because I went to the smelly shop.
It's a simple.
It kind of is. It kind of is, right?
What's the number? What the hell is wrong?
Well, listen, right, because I went to the smelly shop and I should have got, for boxed, 113 quid, which is about 10 quid less than I really wanted. So I wasn't that.
But Stu, that's not the way markets work. You have an asking price, they have an offering price. You come to some agreement.
No, I know, but right, a box PS4 should have been 113 quid, right? But when he tested it, he went, it was a bit noisy, mate.
Okay, so you got a lot of dust and crud in your PS4. What's the problem?
That's how they are. It's an older one. They're a bit noisy. Yeah, it's a bit noisy, though. We'll take it off.
Dust and crud.
We'll take it off you, but we can only give you a discounted price for it.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, how much? So I got 101 quid. So they knocked another 12.
Because you lost $12 because you have a bunch of dust and crud in your
PS4. Exactly. But I thought,
okay.
Fuck it, whatever.
How much did you sell it for?
£101.
I would have gave you 150 pence.
Well, look, I offered it you and you went, no, I don't want it.
Stu, I just brought a car. I just brought a Switch, and I just bought.
Why did you that moaning noise when you responded to Stu, Chinny?
I don't want it. I said I just brought all these things. I don't think I need a PlayStation right now.
You did. You could have had one.
Hear about the asking price.
But I sold it for £101 and 50 pence.
Well, you could have had 150 pounds if you had worked with the deaf people on Gumtree.
Yeah, the two deaf people.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe if you care a little more about the hearing impaired, you would be swimming in
There are two
cash.
deaf people out there now. Gutted.
Also, there was a deaf Nigerian prince who got in touch with me, and I'm going to be rolling.
Oh, my God.
Good afternoon, sir. I am a hearing impaired person from George Akitoingo Enterprises.
But on the brighter note,
I got a story too.
Oh my God.
I just put out Mind Wipe 2, as people may know. Yay! So the latest book is out. I also recorded an audiobook version of Mind Wipe 1, and Mind Wipe and Mind Wipe 2 are both available as free PDF files on the website, just-text.org. The audiobook of Mind Wipe 1 is available for free on there as well. It also went out as a Syncast on that feed. And then I thought, you know what? Reddit's always doing these AMAs where you can ask me anything. So I was like, I'll do one of them and see what people ask. Maybe it'll be a way to get the word out about the books and stuff. Just let people know, here's some stuff that's been useful for me. Maybe it'll be useful for you. So I put it up. I thought, let's see if anybody has any questions. Hell no. I had two questions. One's from a former student about Japanese noise music, and the other one was the whole every time there's an AMA, would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized horse duck? Shut up.
So let me just a minute. Let's just go back to the student that wanted to ask you about Japanese noise. He was scarred, man. That's why. He was like, what the hell was that?
What's your favorite Merzbow album?
Ugh, God. They're not albums, it's just noise. It's not even music. What is that?
Hey, don't worry about what I'm... So anyway, that's my story. We're done. Let's talk about video games, shall we?
Yeah, let's do some video games. So I think we should start with Chinny because I think he's been playing some new stuff this week.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I played a new game. This is apart from PUBG, it's the only new game I've played.
PUBG for life.
Since
PUBG.
the Dirty 30, and I didn't really mean to buy it. I didn't buy it actually. It was Chris that.
Oops, I accidentally bought this game.
No, Chris bought it, and we share the Xbox thing. And then I went to work the next day, and he went, "Oh yeah, you owe me like £7." And I went, "What?" And it was, "What was?"
What, for a game you weren't even interested
No, it
in?
wasn't quite like that. I think he told me the day before, but I forgot. Which sounds a lot like me.
That sounds pretty sketchy, but whatever.
No, I'm sure he said something, and then I went, "Yeah, whatever." And then it was on my Xbox, and I was like,
Sure.
So I have been playing Cuphead. Cuphead. And like I say, it's the game that we played at EGX, Stu. And would you like to remind everybody what we thought about
I
Cuphead?
thought it was a bit shit.
Okay.
We were wrong. Possibly.
We were wrong. So Cuphead.
As always.
Yeah, it's not.
Why
like that.
break with tradition? You know
Exactly. So there is a video on YouTube of me playing Cuphead, my first playthrough. So if you want to check it out, it's on a website called youtube.com and a channel called Veteran Gamers. So you can have a look at that. But if you don't like videos and you can't be fucking bothered, I'll tell you about it now. So Cuphead is a video game that was released in 2017. Done. All right. What did you play, Stu?
So, come on, what do you think about
sorry.
it? 'Cause we
Right.
said shit.
No. So,
What do you think?
So I think Cuphead is very good. So for people that don't know, Cuphead is the game that looks like it's made in the 1930s. So it looks like a Tom and Jerry style. You know, the good Tom and Jerry, not the terrible one that they make now. Tom and Jerry style art. You know, art style. So everything. Say again, dude. Oh.
Steamboat Itchy.
Yes.
And then wait, here he comes with the machine gun.
So there you go. That brilliant audio
Yeah,
content.
that's great listening.
So, just a bit of background. The people that founded the company are brothers, and they had to. I think a lot of the staff, or like 3 of the staff, had to remortgage their house just to pay for the game, and to get
But
it
it's
done.
been highly anticipated for like 2 years. People
Yeah,
have been
they
waiting.
released a trailer on YouTube in about 2014, 2013. Microsoft saw it, loved it, and then promoted it at E3. And then since E3, I think it was 2014 E3, it was it's gone sort of crazy, and everybody, I think it blew them away, like of how much people got excited about it. They didn't really think they had something that would take off so well. So what happened? It got delayed, and it got delayed. Because they changed the scope of the game. So originally, the game was going to be just boss battles and they described it as a Mega Man X style. So the overworld was literally like you go from one bit to the other. There's, in a straight line. You don't really have an overworld like in Super Mario World where you have a world that you can go around. There wasn't any of that. It was just like you go from this dot to this dot to this dot, and each dot is a boss. That's completely gone now. So because of the hype and the sort of anticipation around the game, they said to Microsoft, "We want to change the scope of it. We want to do something. We think we got something cool here. Let's do a bigger idea." So Microsoft said, "Yep, no problem." I listened to an
And what do
interview
you
with
think of
them.
that? Sorry, do you think that would have worked better? Part of me says that they should have stuck with their original vision.
Well, their argument for that is that they think this is their original vision, whereas they scaled it back for the first sort of.
Gotcha. They wanted to keep their scale modest at first. and then
Exactly,
they
which is
realized,
probably
because they have, like,
which is probably true. I would say is like you get something going, and then improve on a sequel maybe.
yeah,
But
sure.
but because they had momentum and hype and excitement, they just went.
And presumably a bit of Microsoft cash as
Well,
well.
yeah, they also said that in the interview. They said that it did help, and they gave them a lot of support and anything they needed. They said was so. I don't know if they got prostitutes and stuff included. I have no idea.
Possibly.
That's the first thing that I would request. Like the only way I can get this done.
Actually, I saw an interview. They didn't offer him that, but they did offer him free plumbing services for a year. So
That's also something that I would desire. Anyway, so just a little bit of other stuff about it is every frame is hand drawn. they tried to do it digitally. It didn't really quite work. It didn't look like the style that they wanted to. So every frame, every piece of movement you see has been drawn on a piece of paper, and then they scan it in, which is a very time. What do you call it? What's the best? Time consuming.
Time consuming.
Thank you very
There
much. Way of doing things. And I think they was quoted in saying, like, why the fuck did we do it like this? Yes, and so playing the game, it is very, very good.
Time to play with the phone here. I got a lot of stuff I got to get done.
It is very difficult. So this is the thing that people have learned.
I mean, I'm watching you play the first level here, and you've already died like multiple times.
Yes, so this is like a mix between Tom and Jerry art style, Contra 3. So for people that like Contra, it's very much akin to Contra. So Contra is a side-scrolling shmup.
Classic.
And
But sometimes it had 3D first-person game mode or third-person.
It was top down as well in Contra 3. It wasn't first person; it was top down.
Oh, Contra 3. I'm thinking of the first Contra. Never mind.
And then it also mixes in with a bit of Super Meat Boy. You know, that mentality of like you have to die to learn. There's a lot of that in this game. And then also,
because everything's exactly the same each playthrough, isn't it?
Every enemy spawns in roughly about the same. There are slight variants, but most of the levels.
Sorry, if you jump on some enemies from above, you can kill them. Is that right?
No, you can't jump on any enemies. The only thing you can kill while jumping is pink stuff. So anything that's pink, while you jump, you press A, and then you parry the pink thing. But it's not as easy as you might think. There's a bit of timing, so you can't parry it as soon as you press A. It's almost like a gap, like you press A and then you've got to come in contact with it. It's a very tricky maneuver that at first you kind of like, why do I keep getting this wrong? But after a while you get the rhythm of it, and this whole game is all about like gameplay is key, and the gameplay is fantastic. It feels great. It's very responsive. It feels like a really good Contra game mixed in with this art style. But then you got all this art style on top. The sound is fantastic. The character design is brilliant. So a lot of the levels, that level that was on the screen then did look like a very normal platformer, but they're very rare. They're called run and gun levels. So you just run and gun. And you go from left to right, that's all you do. But most of the game is running around this overworld, which is very sort of much like it kind of looks like an isometric Zelda type thing or a Super Mario World type world. But on the map, all you do is go up to these different things. Like it could be like a boat or a building or something or a tree. You press A and then you're straight into a boss battle. That's all the game is. It's boss rushes. On the screen now is a boss battle, which is the one that we played at EGX. It's 2 toads. And I have to say, this is probably the worst boss battle that I've played the whole game, and it was the one that we played at EGX, Stu. So that doesn't
that doesn't help though, does it?
It doesn't help, no. But this game is all about dying, and then you learn, and you die, and you learn, and you die, and you learn. So every boss battle, this is how the sort of the rhythm of the game was. Each boss has like 3 different forms, or about 3, maybe 4. It's always slightly different with each boss. So they'll do something at the start of the boss battle, and then you have to learn how to counter it, like in Dark Souls, where you sort of like, okay, this is what they do at the start of the boss. They fire fireballs, so I have to dodge these fireballs. And then they get to the stage 2, and then in stage 2, they do this thing where like they throw up you in the air, or they do something different, and then do something different on the 3rd stage. And then by the time you get to the 3rd stage, the first stage that seemed hard at the start, you're pissing it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're just getting through it, no problem. So it's all about the further you play it, the further you get, you learn, oh, I can't hit that, or the hands on this boss at this moment don't hurt me now. So you have to learn what's happening. So if you go in with that mentality of like, okay, this game, I will die, it will get frustrating.
But you can do it.
But you can do it, and
I think what's kind of interesting for me is at the beginning of your playthrough, you were saying, "Oh, I don't know whether I'll be playing this for very long," and then I looked at the length of the video, and it was like 2.5 hours.
It's true, yeah, and I love it. I think it's fantastic.
It's pretty telling, though, isn't it? When you
it
say,
is,
like,
yeah.
oh,
I thought I'd play it for an hour, and I wanted to start Owlboy because that is on my Dirty 30. But like you say, Stu, I played this all night, and
Do you have health meters for these bosses? Because I'm not seeing one, but maybe it's just not on.
No, it's the reason why you can't see the health meter on the stream is because it's my webcam is covering it up, which is I should.
That would
yeah.
be really frustrating if you didn't have one.
No, I need to move it. So the way the few sort of
So
special
when
things
we
work.
played the demo, we didn't see one though. Is that?
No, because it's not very big. So all it is a number at the bottom left, and it just says HP 3. So you can only get hit 3 times. If you get hit.
So
Oh, I thought you meant the health meter of the enemies.
Do you have a health meter for the enemies?
No, you don't. So when you die, it gives you like a progress bar of how far you got, and in the progress bar are little like flagpoles, and each flagpole represents the different stage of the boss. So when you learn the language of the game, you start to understand, and to be like, it moves to the next stage when you've took its health down. So when you know when it's doing something different, you know that you've took it down. So when we played it at EGX, that was quite jarring that you didn't know the boss's health. But now that I understand that when they're doing something different, when they're doing a new stage, that's you taking their health down.
Right.
They're changing their state because their health is down. So yeah, it's an interesting one. So the way some of the power you can buy stuff from shops, so you can get an extra hit point, but it decreases the damage you do with your bullets. The other thing as well is you get every time you hit a enemy, you get like a card. Like this card slowly builds up, and when you get a full playing card, that's like a big super.
Good God, this looks hard. I'm just watching
it's
this
rough
now.
Yeah.
Jesus
so you've got
Christ,
when you press B, I'm playing on an Xbox One controller. When you press B, you do like a super attacks, like a Hadouken. Like it depends on the different weapons and stuff.
Oh my God! Look, you're trying to dodge in between the drum.
It looks hard, but when you're in it, it makes a lot of sense. Like a lot of the things make sense. So that at this stage of the game, I'm not quite learning it. So you'll see on the screen that he's firing blue things, but when he fires a pink thing, like a pink boxing glove, I can parry that, and if I parry that, I get a supercharge. So if you take the risk and parry a pink object, you get like a special. Hadouken.
How did you learn that you can parry it? I guess because the other pink things on the run and gun stage you could deal with.
In the tutorial it does talk about the pink thing, but you know when you learn something but you don't actually take it in. And you like I'm not paying attention to like, oh, why are these different colours? Then after a while
wait, you can double jump in Rocket League?
Exactly. Well, like it told you like, okay, you can parry these pink things, but it was like these little dots in the tutorial. But I didn't really think that like it would be enemy projectiles.
Anything that's pink.
But basically anything that's pink in this game you can parry, and when you parry you get like a special move. You can buy different weapons, and if you build up your cards, if you get 5 cards, you get like a super charge where you do something different. For the video, I'm going to skip to like a different level just for the interest. But yeah,
I mean, there's already people on YouTube that are sort of putting videos up of doing this without taking any damage.
Of course there is. And what I would be fascinated with is watching, when Awesome Games Done Quick comes around, when they play games for charity and they speed run them. I would be absolutely fascinated to see how they speedrun this game, because
people are already doing that.
Oh yeah, as we talk right now on this podcast, there are people absolutely learning how to speedrun this game. But on the screen now is probably one of the bosses that really started to fuck me off. Like they are hard at the start, but you're also learning the game, and I feel like now I know the game. And a lot of my deaths are me rushing. So this game is all about taking your time, don't rush, and it's not about trying to shoot the enemy as much. Sometimes you're just trying to survive, and you learn like, oh, actually, like shooting the boss right now, or trying to get every hit in as many times as I can, isn't the best course of action.
Top priority, right? Is it the type of game when you die that you mostly think, you know what, that's fair?
Yeah, because the boss does the same thing every time.
Sure.
So,
but I don't know. Some games, like, I'll get mad and I'll be like, you know what, I wasn't as close as they said I was, or whatever.
No, like it feels like the hit detection was like is pretty spot on. So this is the first stage of this roller coaster boss right now. And you know, like I'm really struggling on this early part where he charges you with the roller coaster. But later on, I play this for like another 10 minutes, and I just piss the start, like it's no problem. So you get rewarded in this like, you are learning because you know that, oh, this first part of this boss fight was really, really difficult, and now I'm just absolutely blitzing it. So you get, as you do in a boss fight, you do feel like I can do it. Do you know what I mean? Like you progress further and further and further, and then at some point you just make a stupid mistake and you go back, and then all of a sudden it becomes, can I get through the first stage without getting hit now? Now that I know how to do it, it's about yeah.
It's a kind of challenge now.
And then all you've got to do is get to the last stage with about 2 hit points left. You know, getting through the whole thing by just getting hit once or none at all, and then you know you're on the home straight. So the game's brilliant. It's phenomenal.
It does look good. I mean, I must admit, the trouble is when you go to EGX, and I'm going to defend us a little bit. You only get a very small snapshot, don't you, what the game's about, and you've got to really make a judgment on that very small amount of gameplay.
Yeah.
And also, we didn't really understand the controls. We didn't understand that you could press RB and keep yourself stationary while you were shooting and stuff like that, and that's the problem.
It's true, and like I think you went in. I didn't have this expectation, but for some reason, Stu, you had this expectation that it was a twin stick shooter that you had to.
It felt like that, though. It felt like that.
No,
it isn't.
It isn't, and once you sort of get over that, and it does feel like, you know, Contra exactly. And funny enough, I played a bit of Contra just before I played Cuphead because you know the SNES Classic, it was on there, and I thought I'd give it a go, and I played Cuphead like the next day, and it just kept on reminding me of Contra. Yeah, and I adore the game. I feel like the other thing that I want to mention is, like, I think I brought this up before, whereas you can always tell when a game's made with people that really love the game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they really just care about it. And like the big thing that everybody talks about is the art style, and the art style's amazing. But like the sound,
it does look brilliant. I've got to
I
say.
think the sound, like the bullets of you, like the animation is you clicking, like you're actually clicking those bullets out of your hand, and everything sounds really good. I like the way the enemies talk. The enemy designs are absolutely insane. I played one yesterday, and it was like this boss, and it was like she just throws all sweets and candy at you and stuff. And she pulls off her head and throws it at you and grows another one, and yeah, it's just awesome. In the chat, Luke C says, "What does he shoot?" He shoots magic. It's magic. The kettle, Mr. Teapot or whatever, at the start of the game gives you a bit of a magic ability. I'll tell you the premise of the game as well. I haven't told you the story of it, which I actually thought was pretty good because it reminded me.
I saw this. I watched your YouTube playthrough.
Okay,
or
well,
some of it,
I'll go through it.
I know
So,
this.
remember when? Have you ever watched Pinocchio recently?
Pokemon Go is the
Pokemon Go. Have you ever watched Pinocchio
Pinocchio.
recently?
I haven't. No.
It's fucking weird, right?
Well,
That's Pinocchio is a very strange film. Like, he gets eaten by a whale, he gets turned into a mule, they smoke cigars, they drink beer. It's fucked up, right? So, you know, it's all mad shit. And that's what Cuphead reminds me of, because it kind of looks like it's appealing to the kids and stuff, but really it's not. So what happens is Cuphead and Mugman, this is a co-op game. I haven't played it in co-op, by the way, so... But I
think we need to see this in co-op. But
I think it's local.
It's only local, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's only local only.
I don't know who would be insane. I don't know if Tara would be into this because she doesn't. I don't know if she likes these kind of games. I'm not sure. But they go to a casino. They have a winning streak and they're fucking on it and they love it. Yeah, this is the story of the game. They're at the casino. They're winning loads of money on craps. And they're like getting fucked up and they're winning loads of cash. The devil comes in and says, "Yo, if you do another one and win, you know, you get to double your money," I think it is. But if you lose...
No, he says you can have everything in the casino, doesn't he?
But if you lose, I own your soul. And Cuphead's got like dollar signs in his eyes and Mugman's all like, "No, don't fucking do it, you idiot." But he does it and they lose. And he says, "I tell you what, I've got a load of people that owe me a lot of debt. If you collect their souls for me, I will redeem you and you're free to go." So that's what you do in each boss.
Souls.
Sorry?
This is Dark Souls.
It is Dark Souls, yeah. So every boss that you fight is somebody that's in debt with the casino, which is yeah. I just thought that was just a really funny.
And you know,
way.
they don't want to give the cash up lightly, do they? They don't
No,
want to sort of...
they ain't, and they're all dodgy
Hey,
characters. Do you know what I mean? They're all like dodgy, like scummy characters. I love it. I think Cuphead is brilliant, and a contender.
We were wrong again.
And a contender for one of my games of the year.
No, not already. Jesus Christ.
What do you mean already? We're like 12 weeks away from Christmas.
No, but he means
I mean already. It's like you've only played a bit, man.
I've played 4 hours of it.
Jesus Christ. You're into this game.
I like it. But to be fair, this year I've only played 2 games that have come out this year. So
that is true. That is true.
There's not many.
It's so weird. I really like Super Meat Boy. I love Mushroom 11. Those games are hard as nails. But this game, Dark Souls, for some reason, there's some hard games I just don't get into.
I don't know, Duke. This is different to Dark Souls, though, isn't it? It's not quite as big.
No, I was when I was playing this, I did think, Stu won't be into this. I don't think the Stu's going to be into this. That's fine.
No, I'm not going to be into this at all.
I was going like, would Duke be into this? And I know from the sounds of it, you're not quite into it, but you do like.
I didn't think I'd be into Super Meat Boy either. I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't want to speak for you here, but I feel like Duke, you do like good gameplay, all right?
Yeah.
And you like to be rewarded. You value your time, so you like to
yeah.
play a game that makes you feel good, right?
Right.
So I would argue that this game does that, but I like you've got to go in with this mentality of like you will die and you will get frustrated, like Super Meat Boy. Those are the two. Like you have to know that. Yeah. So I would be very, very curious to see what you think of this game if you ever give it a go.
At some point, maybe I'll try it.
Yep. That's all I've been playing. I played a little bit of GTA after I unclogged the toilet. I played a little bit of GTA Online. I played some of the new the Smuggler's Run stuff, and I tried to get it in a game of the PUBG version of GTA Online, but I couldn't.
Yeah, they have a PUBG version.
I couldn't find it, so we didn't get it. But there's like a lot of new airplane missions in GTA now, and they're fine. They're good. Like it's more GTA stuff. It's really well done. You got a couple of missions where you got to land them quick, and you got to jump out. And when you add planes into the mix of GTA, like you just mad shit happens. So yeah, it was good, and that's all I've been playing.
Yeah, can I just say as well, Chinny, watching you play that. Some of the boss battles in that, they're very similar to what you get in Owlboy. So I think you're definitely going to like Owlboy. If you like that, you're definitely going to like Owlboy for sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm Owlboy's the next game that I'm going to play on my Dirty 30. So
yeah, I think you're definitely going to like that. I'll go next because I've only got a few things to talk about because I've had a very busy week at work, so I've not been at home very much.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I know, yeah. So I have played an iOS game called Loner, or iOS and Android, I guess, but I'm on Android, but it's on both platforms. This was a freebie. I think it was free. It was one of these where, they reduce it to 0 for a bit.
Okay.
And it's cool. It's very relaxing.
Free, no charge.
Yeah. It's very relaxing. It's very cool. It's got really nice soundtrack. It's very serene. And you're basically in an aeroplane, like an old-fashioned biplane, and you just have to sort of go up and down and left and right, and you just have to go through the slots. And that's kind of about it, really. It's very minimalist as far as graphics go, but it just looks nice.
I'm just going to explain this for people who are fans of Star Fox 64, right? It's like the last level in Star Fox 64.
Is that what this is? Because I've never played that.
Star Fox 64, the last part of the last game that you ever do is you're in this thing and it blows up and you've just got to get out. Or it's like the Millennium Falcon run in Rogue Squadron 2. It's that. Where you just fly out and dodge shit.
Use the Force, Luke.
Use the Force. So you're basically flying along.
Fuck off, Ben. That's the missing scene from Star Wars.
And it's kind of like an endless runner, but you're in a plane, I guess, is the best way to describe it. But it's got really nice music, and the further you get, you unlock little bits of story, which are a bit, philosophical kind of stuff. But it's quite a nice, relaxing game to play. And I was playing it with, like where you cast your screen to the TV. Yeah. So I was sort of playing it on the telly, but using the sort of phone as a controller. And that
Okay.
actually worked all right. There was a little bit of lag, a little bit of input lag, but it wasn't awful. And it looked quite nice on the big screen. So yeah, it works kind of cool. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. If it's, I don't know whether it's still free, but if it is, it's worth picking up for free because you can never beat that, can you? Really? The second thing, another mobile game I've been playing is Stranger Things.
It's like the game. It's like the show.
It's like the show. They've released a sort of tie-in game prior to the second season starting, and it's pretty good. I've got to say, for a sort of TV show tie-in game thing, it's pretty good.
You have
It's-
a vault. You send people out of it, and they go and collect.
Not at the moment. That's not happened at the moment. But it's kind of like a bit of a sort of pixel adventure. So it's kind of very pixely, bit adventure-y. You have like dungeons, which are sort of like one's a lab, and you have to go around and collect stuff, and then there's a bit of a boss fight at the end of it. And it's all right, actually. I was kind of impressed.
It looks like Zelda or Stardew Valley or something.
Yeah, it's totally free. And it's cool. There's like videotapes to collect. So if you collect the videotapes, if you get 5 of them, then you get like a special trailer for the second season of Stranger Things.
It looks
Which
like
was like,
the game. Did y'all ever play the game of The Room?
no.
It's awesome.
There
Is
you
it
go.
the Room, the terrible film, The Room.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. There's an 8-bit game about it.
Wow.
That is funny. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. I mean, sort of combat-wise, it's not sort of rock hard, although I have put it on the normal level. Apparently, there is a rock hard one, so you can give that a whirl. But the controls work really well. It's kind of funny. You can switch between characters. There is some sort of Metroidvania stuff because as you unlock characters, they have different abilities, which allow you to sort of go into different places. So you're basically trying to find all the kids from Stranger Things. So you're like a police sheriff. And you're tasked with finding all the kids. So I would definitely give it a whirl. I mean, it's on iOS, it's on Android, and it's free. So you
Say
have
the
no
best
excuse.
word.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, give it a whirl. The only other thing I've played this week, I have finally finished Yakuza Kiwami.
All right.
So yeah, that's finished. I've finished hitting people over the head with bicycles and street signs and bins and baseball bats and all that kind of jive. And it's great. Really, really impressed. I mean, I must admit, I've had double fix of Yakuza this year and I'm not complaining.
So is this one best of the Yakuza games?
No, this isn't. I thought Yakuza 0 was better.
Okay.
Was better than this, but this is still. I mean, it took me about. I had a look at my playtime. It was about 16 hours, so it's not quite as sort of beefy, as sort of Yakuza 0. But it's still cool. It's still got all the same intrigue. It's still got all the same dark, Japanese stuff going on.
Did it end well?
Story-wise,
Did it end well?
It ended all right. I mean, these games never really end well, if you know what I mean.
No.
They never really end, man.
I don't know
No,
what you
there's-
mean because I don't really play these type of games.
So there's always bad shit goes down, if you know what I mean. So there's no happy endings
Right.
as such. There is, but there's always some bad shit before you get to
I'd
that.
imagine. Did they drag out? Did they drag it out?
No, not too bad. I mean, Kiwami, to be fair, like I say, it's only 16 hours, so
No,
it's
did
not...
they drag out the ending? Did it go on and on?
No. It's not like Japanese games where you think you've finished and then there's another boss fight, and then you think you've finished and then there's another thing happens.
So it's better than Bayonetta.
Yeah, it's not like Bayonetta. No, you tend to know when the end is coming, and it tends to be the end. So they don't fanny around or anything.
Because Japanese works right to left, the game works in reverse.
Exactly, whatever that means.
Like reading a manga. Don't worry. There's some people like Antonio who are falling over laughing when I said that because they get the joke about the manga. Forget it. Call yourself Sinophiles.
I think I'll forget it. But it's really good. There were some plot twists. There was one that I saw coming from a mile away, so I wasn't like surprised or anything. So there was one I was like, yeah, where I saw it coming. But they do try hard with story. They do want to make a really good narrative, and that's what I really admire about the Yakuza games.
Yeah.
But we've also got to remember this is based on a PS2 game that came out. I think it was 2004 or 2005.
Yeah, remember that, Shinny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
And
remember
the
that every night.
Got to remember that.
They haven't updated the story or any of that stuff. All they've updated is all the graphics and made it look very current. And it's great. It's really, really good. If you've got a PS4 and you like GTA and you want something to fill the void while you're waiting for the next one,
You know what? I'd buy a PS4 for about £110.
Shut up. Shut it.
He would sell it to you for that price if you were hearing impaired.
Yeah, that's true. And you need
It's
to be
true.
hearing impaired with the PS4 because the fan is a bitch.
It's the old ones, I tell you. Yeah. My new PS4 Pro is very quiet, to say.
What, when
You
it
don't
sneaks,
even know it.
when it sneaks around the house and slits your throat?
Kind of does. But yeah, Yakuza, if you've got any interest at all, just give it a go. I really don't think people would be disappointed. It's so good.
What does it
It
take?
really is good.
Okay, no, that's right. I was going to say a stupid thing.
You were
Uh,
going to say stupid.
No, I don't know. It's not important. So, I don't know. Why has he got sideburns? Is that a big pop point in the
Because
story?
this is, no,
Does he shave them off?
This is of a time, you
That's
know.
the final
it's-
boss fight, you against the sideburns.
Okay, I'm going to ask you some real questions.
Go
I'm going to ask
on,
you some
go on.
real
Ask your
questions,
real question.
and I'm making
Ask-
these up on the spot.
Oh,
So,
God.
and I want you to answer yes or no.
Okay.
Can you have haircuts in the game?
No.
Can you change your clothes in the game?
Yes, but it's a bit weird.
Yes
how that
or
works.
no?
You have to do game
Yes
plus.
or no?
Yes,
Say
but
yes. It sounds like the answer is yes, so just
Kinda
say
yes.
I want him to
kinda
stick
yes.
to the rules, Duke.
All right, kinda yes.
No, that's not the game.
All right. Not in the main game.
You a
no.
prick.
God damn it. It's like in My Cousin Vinny. Once again, the communication process has broken down.
Can you take a bus tour of the city?
No.
Can you sing karaoke?
Yes.
Can you kick a man in the balls?
Yes.
Can you have sex with prostitutes?
No.
Do you take pictures of underage
I don't even
school?
want to clear your throat.
Sorry.
No, you don't.
Do you see any inappropriate girls wearing inappropriate stuff in this game?
No. Yes.
Is there a
Oh,
character?
and of course, the answer to that one is yes.
Is there a character that shits itself in the game?
No.
Is there shit mentioned anywhere in the game?
No. No.
Is
Are
there
there
a
toilets that you deal with in the game?
Yeah. Is there a block toilet? No.
is there a blocked toilet minigame in the game?
No.
Is there golf in the game?
Yes.
Can you
Or is
play?
there? No, there is. No, there isn't.
Is there
no.
tennis in the game?
No, there isn't.
Are there heists?
No.
Not as good as GTA 5 then.
No.
Yep.
But there is darts, pool, 10 pin
It's not as good
bowling.
as GTA 4 then.
There's also baseball.
You know you can pick up weapons in the game.
Yes.
Can you pick up a midget?
No.
Okay, this game isn't very good.
It's amazing. What are you talking about? And that's it for me.
Take over.
That's
Terry.
That's all I've played this week.
Okay.
Okay.
Yakuza.
So, Duke, what
Yeah.
have you played?
Rocket
Yakuza.
League! Rocket League, hey day. I got my Electro Shock Goal Explosion.
Yay!
See, here's the thing. I was
that
buying- I had 12 keys and they were going for 13 keys, and so I said, "Ooh, I have enough trading cards to trade them in." So I traded them in. I had $1.50. I was like, "Oh my god, I could buy a key!" So I bought a key, but then it turns out you can't trade bought keys for 6 days. What? So I had 13 keys, but I wouldn't actually be able to trade 13 keys for 6 days. So I was looking around, and everyone's like, 13 keys, 13 keys. I was like, God damn it. And then I realized that if I kept playing, I'd get some accelerator crates. So I got some accelerator crates, and then I sold them for a key. And the dude was like, all right, here's your key. And I was like, yes, I finally have 13 keys. So I went to the dude who had one to sell, And I said, 13 keys, let's do this. And he wasn't around. And I'm like, hello, add me on Steam. And he wasn't around. I'm like, God damn it. And then somebody else comes on and goes, I got electroshock. I want 11 keys for it. I was like, hell yeah, dude. And then the first dude said, okay, I'll add you on Steam. And I'm like, oh shit, hang on. And then I went to buy it from the other dude and I got it for 11 keys.
You know what? Do you know what? I have no idea. Just a minute. Whoa. Just a minute. Look, I've got to get this point out. Right?
Shut up.
I have no idea what any of that means, but it sounds stupid.
Shut up. So then I felt so bad. I was worried that the first guy would be mad. Like, you indicated that you might want to buy my electroshock. But he didn't. He was totally cool. And now I'm saving up for the Sub-Zero goal explosion.
Oh my god, you're just a nutcase.
I am a nutcase. It's true.
It's
But
just stupid.
When I score, I can go zap. Because it's going.
So, yeah, I mean, now you've obviously seen your electro goal explosion bollocks.
It's wicked.
Are you happy? Do you feel happier now?
Totally happy. It's a lot of fun. It looks great.
Are you satisfied? It's just stupid.
Video games are stupid.
They are video games. Why do we play games?
I don't know. They're dumb.
Because they make me feel happy when I score and win. And I've been doing very well. That's the other thing. Season 6 is easier apparently than season 5. I did my 10 establishing games. I landed in gold across the board. Standard, solo, standard, and doubles. I even landed in gold for duel, one-on-one, but then I stopped playing it because I hate it. But I've stayed in gold the whole time. I'm at gold 3 for standard right now. It's crazy. I might touch platinum. I'm not holding my breath. It's not likely, but I mean, it could happen.
It's possible.
I'm saying though, and I've been playing well. Like, I also put Rocketeer back on my banner because for a long time people were like, oh, you suck as Rocketeer. And I got sick of arguing about it. But now, like, I'm not getting that. And I mean, maybe as soon as I say this, it'll start happening again. But
you just got to start sucking again.
Well, I don't feel like I'm playing a whole lot better than I was. But I think what's happening is I'm starting to understand the accuracy thing in terms of like where I need to land and where I need to point myself. And I was watching some pro play once, and as soon as he missed a shot or hit a shot, he went looking for the closest boost ball. And I think once I've started training myself to do that, then I'm sort of playing the game on a full tank of boost all the time, and it's very helpful. So, yeah, Rocket League. It's like I've played very little else. I played a little Dragon Age and Quiggy I played a little bit of Wildlands. I played a little bit of Minecraft, but mostly.
So how are you getting on with Quiggy?
Not much. I'm mostly playing Rocket League.
Jeez.
I mean, it's good. And Quiggy is a very good game. And I realized, okay, I need to just do stuff in the hinterlands or whatever it was. Because if I go starting off on different story missions, then I'm going to lose the focus. So I need to do a bunch of stuff in the hinterlands, stay grounded in that part of the story. And then, yeah. And, and it's...
Yeah, that's the biggest part, isn't it, hinterlands? I think that's the big bit.
Yeah, sure. And,
all the other bits are slightly big, but they're not as big as that bit. They feel less open. It's a good game, though. It is a good game.
Every time I sit down to play, I'm like, there's no reason not to play Rocket League. So.
Jesus Christ. You are literally hooked on Rocket League, aren't you? You're addicted.
Obviously, aside from Skyrim, this is the game I've put the most time into. It's the game that I've been most, how would you describe it? Fixated on.
Yeah.
Fixated.
And you didn't like it at the start.
Didn't like.
I know, yeah. I was just thinking that very thing.
And you didn't like.
For the listeners, people, never trust my opinion the first time I play a game, because Minecraft, Rocket League, I like Skyrim right off the bat, but there's a number of games that I try, don't like, go back to, and go, wow, this game's amazing.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's it. That's my gaming week in a nutshell.
Very good. Is that it? Is that literally it?
That's it.
Yeah. Now it's time for the news.
Putting news first.
Oops, we got no news.
There isn't a lot of news this week. It's a very quiet week in the news.
Super Nintendo Mini has already been hacked.
Dinosaurs.
In just over a week, when it's been on sale, the Super Nintendo, or the SNES, as people should call it, not
Sega Genesis.
not the SNES. That's a weird way of saying it. The SNES Mini has been It's been axed. What this means is if you hook up your SNES Mini to a PC via USB, you can modify the inner software workings in order to add more downloaded SNES games.
I don't understand why you would do that and not just go for an emulator.
Because
it looks cool. It's a tiny little cool. It's cool. It's so cute.
It's so cute.
It's like a puppy.
It's because it's there, right? That's why people hack this sort of
No,
thing.
it's like a cute puppy. What are you talking about?
People, you do it because you can. You fucking do it.
And you've
'cause
got this little kind of cool looking little mini console and you want all the games on it. Why
So,
wouldn't you?
actually, this article here talked about that. It was inevitable, really, given the SNES Mini is effectively an emulator in posh trousers. Or pants. The hack comes from... I don't know his name.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Michael Jackson song? Is that where it came from?
That was the sound That was the sound I was making when I went for that poo, by the way. And if you want to give it a shot, blah, 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 there's a step-by-step guide. I know, we're not going to...
Are you going to have a go at this?
I don't know.
I bet you're tempted, aren't you?
Tempted. What if it fucks
Because
up, though?
although you've got your fancy Xbox with all the bloody games on,
Yeah.
it'd be cool to have a little like puppy-sized like SNES, wouldn't it?
I don't think I will do it because, to be honest, I probably won't play all the games that are on it now. So I don't know why I'm doing it. Anyway.
You could have more games that you'll never play.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. So if you want to do that, there's ways to do it. I think NeoGAF is the way to do it. I won't do it because I've already got a thing that plays loads of games. So I'm just going to leave it as it is. There we go. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Wow. This is a really
It
slow...
really was shit. There was nothing, man. Not unless you know anything I don't, but there's
nothing.
no news. No news this week. Terrible.
Man. Jesus Christ.
I know. I'll try and find some now. Maybe there is some now.
Like with a
Last 10 minutes, there's been a lot of news.
with a slow news week like this, I feel like we need to talk about a topic or something, like, because this is
It is very bad.
grim.
There is no. But it kind of always is at this time of year, isn't it? Just prior to all the big releases coming, there's nothing, is there? Nothing happening.
Hey, somebody in the chat, give us a topic.
Yeah, give us something to talk about.
A
We don't
chickpea
know.
is neither a chick or a pea.
A chickpea is not a chick or a pea.
Okay, so the other news is thanks to Fortnite Battle Royale, Unreal Engine 4 will get render and server performance improvements that will benefit all games. That's news.
How does that work?
I think because
Yeah, well,
they pushed the engine to do the Battle Royale thing, right?
Oh, okay.
So
So
they
it's not
pushed-
like as a consequence of Fortnite.
So they pushed
Yeah,
it.
it is. It is a consequence.
It
of
is a
that.
consequence, but it's not like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Well, PUBG were worried that they were going to make improvements to the engine, but keep it just for Fortnite, so that they wouldn't benefit from the improvements they were making to the engine. But
Right.
they're saying no. We're going to do this stuff, but it's it's part of we're going to roll it out to everybody. So they're going, no, we're not going to piss on your chips. We're going to let everybody have it. So stop
I've
getting
never
your
seen
knickers.
anyone piss on anybody's chips, like literally. Like,
I did, and then the toilet broke.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
pissed on.
That was shit on your chips. What are you talking about?
Chips. I guess that's what. I mean, there was piss in there too. Like.
gross, absolutely gross.
Yeah.
Oh, I found some news. Just a minute. I'm going to put it in now. I'm putting it
Okay,
in.
let's put it in live.
Here we go. I'm putting it in live. Here we go. Here we go. I'm just going to put the link in because I can't even be bothered. There you go.
Okay,
There you go. Some news for you, Tini. Some news.
can't click it. I can't click it.
Can
it.
you can't click it.
It's
Oh.
unclickable. Just.
Click it harder.
Just paste it in your browser, man. What's the matter with you?
Oh my god, this is a disaster. All right, paste and go. Here we go.
Here we go. I'll find some more. as well.
Okay, we got a thing here to talk about. October's free games for PlayStation Plus have now been released. So let's talk about these. Okay, the past Tuesday was the 1st of October. Can you believe that we're in October, by the way? What the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Fuck?
Well, you know, I don't know whether it's relative or not, but fuck me, as you get older, time does fly by.
It does.
It's
It
true.
does. We're gonna die. It's true.
We are gonna die. We're speeding to our certain deaths.
Absolutely, and the quicker the better. I think, to be honest. Let's get this shit done. So yeah, October's coming up. So PlayStation freebie games are these for the PS4, PS3, and the PlayStation Vita. So the biggest games are Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain for free.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That is amazing. That is a great deal. Talks about like how well it reviews, and then the other game is Amnesia. Is it 2 games?
The Amnesia Collection.
Yeah,
The Amnesia Collection.
which
So
I
yeah,
think is pretty good as well.
Amnesia: The Dark Descent and Amnesia: A Machine for Pigs. I think I've got one of these for the Xbox already because it came out. And then the other game for the games for the Vita are Hue, which is like a 2D platformer game. I remember seeing it at EGX quite a few years ago. And Skyforce Anniversary. I have no idea what that game is. I will have a quick look at it now. And then for the PlayStation 3, is there stuff? Oh yeah, Hustle Kings. They're really reaching the barrel. And Monster Jam Battlegrounds. Again, no idea what those games are. But let's have a look at Skyforce Anniversary for the people. Oh, it looks terrible. I'm just going to give you a quick... I'm watching a Giant Bomb video about it now. Oh, it looks like a shmup. Looks like a very polished shmup. So like one of those, like 1942, but futuristic ships and stuff. So that's... But it looks very... The graphics look very, very good, actually. So, there we go. Skyforce Anniversary is the other game for the Vita. And, yeah, so those are the PlayStation games.
Check them out, people. If you got PlayStation,
Sublime.
go for it.
What's the games we go? Let's have a look. I'll try and find that for you as well.
Find them out. Try and find them out.
Games, just shit. Let's just do this.
At this
Here we
point,
go.
I'm desperate for news. I might click on this clickbait thing of
Yeah,
five
click on it.
I can't believe what these 3 games have in common.
5 online dating sites that really work. You know.
One weird trick.
Here we go. I've got the games we go. Just a minute. I'm just going to put it in. I'm putting it in.
Put it
You're
in.
going to have to do the same shit
What a
again.
weird
Just a
trick.
minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a
Shove
minute. Just a
it
minute.
in.
There you go. There you go. It's in. It's in.
Shove it in. Okay, so these are the Xbox games with gold games. Blah, 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 blah. From October 1st to the 31st, Gone Home, the console edition, will be available on the Xbox One. And the Turing Test. What is the Turing Test?
They're both meant to be pretty good games, actually.
Isn't it?
I've been.
What is the Turing
Yeah.
Test?
It's kind of like a sort of puzzler in the same vein as sort of Portal.
On that.
Oh, yeah, I think I heard
First-person
somebody talk about
puzzler.
this. Yeah, it's like Portal, but without the humour and the good story.
Yeah, it's meant to be pretty good. I mean, I've actually looked at this a few times when it's been on sale, but I've just never quite got around to buying it.
Well, no, it's free.
I know.
For
No,
me?
not for me. Not for me, it isn't.
On the Xbox One and 360 is Rayman 3 HD. That is one hell of a stretch. And this is a funny one. Medal of Honor Airborne. Now, the reason why this is funny is because this is...
Oh, Medal of Honor.
Because before Medal of Honor rebooted itself and got all gritty and hard and shit, this was, I think, one of the last Medal of Honor games to be released. And it was the unique premise of Airborne was that you can start every level by parachuting in.
Oh, dude, they should put that in a game that's out now.
Yeah, they should do that.
So
The
big
talking about Fortnite.
the big hook of the game was like you start a level and you just pick where you parachute in, and that's where you start, and then you go through the level doing the objectives. So that was a big point. The game wasn't very good, but the concept, obviously, it was a decent concept. They just didn't apply it in the right way. But that is available from the 16th of October to the 31st. I also should say that the Turing Test is available from the 16th to the 15th of November. So there's a bit of it's weird how Xbox release their games because there's a bit of an overlap on them.
Play it or I'll break your legs.
That's true.
Can I just
if
say?
you don't play them,
Can I say
Duke will
breaking
find
news?
where you are and break your legs.
breaking news today. Speedrunner beats every Cuphead boss using Dance Dance Revolution pads.
Of course he does.
Wow.
Of course he does.
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? Brilliant. Make me feel like a right tit.
I know, yeah. There's you struggling with a gamepad. This guy danced his way to victory.
Yeah, well. Who says... Maybe I'm playing it on the wrong controller. Maybe if I should play it on a Dance Dance Revolution, Matt.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
So the other thing I want to talk about is... like I'm going to play Owlboy. The next game on my Dirty 30 is going to be Owlboy. But then I was going to ask you, Stuart, to pick my game after that one.
Oh, yes.
Witcher 3.
So I want you to
okay.
pick the game that I'm going to play next.
Yeah,
so
I will do that.
And you just played Owlboy by the time he picks it, so
I'm going to read them. I'm going to read them now.
Okay. Do I have to pick it live now?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Pressure's on, dude.
Okay.
Okay. This is the game that we should play. This is fun. I'm having fun. Right. I'm gonna say a game. Right.
Yeah.
And you have to say.
On a scale of 1 to 10.
No. You have to say.
No.
Yes, which means I play it, or you pass. And when you pass, you can't go back to it.
Okay.
Ooh. Interesting.
Ooh. How many games have you got left, by the way?
Probably about 15. I don't know.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Let's give you an easy one. Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Pass.
So remember, as soon as you say yes, that's it. That's the one I'm going to play.
I know. I'm doing it.
Guacamelee.
Yeah, pass.
Numa.
No, pass. That's a bit shit. I played that. I wasn't that impressed.
Battery be low. I just started playing on it.
Kentucky Route Zero.
Oh, great.
Oh, that's close. That's close, man. I think I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna go with yes.
Oh wow! I really didn't think you'd spend your yes so quickly. So there you go.
I know.
After Owlboy, the next game that I will play is Kentucky Route Zero, which is
very
actually
weird.
finished.
So I'd be interested. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what you think about it.
Okay, there we go. That's that.
It's quite long though because you've got. I think is there 4 parts out now. I can't bloody remember.
4
it's that long.
episodes of there.
Yeah, it's 4 parts.
It's Kentucky Route 0, not Kentucky Route 4 parts.
Yeah.
They'll get there eventually. Every now and then. But the great thing about Kentucky Route Zero is they don't even publicize that they're bringing another part. It just appears.
Yeah, that's not great.
It just appears, man.
You
No idea.
Mysteriously just spawn.
It is. It's just like that. It just appears. You never even know when something's coming.
That's stupid.
Yeah. What were the other choices, by the way? Just out of interest.
So the other choices was going to be Sherlock Holmes, Super Meat Boy, Stardew Valley, The Witcher 3.
Witcher 3.
Ooh. Maybe came too early.
Well, it's not the first time. The Witness, Thief, Beyond Good and Evil, Bioshock 2, Bioshock Infinite, Banjo-Tooie, Firewatch, Vanishing of Ethan Carter.
Firewatch is definitely worth playing, but
I've got a lot to play if I want to do this in a month.
You have. Witcher 3 is going to be the biggie.
Yeah,
that's a lot of game. That's a lot of game. Maybe the only one I'd have swapped out with was probably The Witcher 3. Otherwise, I'm quite happy with my choice.
There we go. All right.
There you go.
Good.
What would you have chosen, Duke, out of interest?
I don't know.
He doesn't care. Right, emails.
No, I do. I would say probably Stardew Valley. I just think that's such a charming, beautiful game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good game.
Let's go to emails.
Emails!
Whoa, that ruled.
Well, the first email I'm going to mention tonight is off our fairly regular emailer, Procrastinator Fabulous Finley.
Yeah.
But I've got to say, he's slacking. He's slacking a bit.
Why?
Because he's literally, this is all he's put. Can't do quiz. Need more Battlefront 2.
Really?
That's literally it. That's the email.
What? How's he? What? Battlefront 2?
He's playing the beta.
Yeah,
He's playing the beta.
There's a
I know
beta.
the beta was out. Shit.
It is free for all as well. Anyone
no,
can play it.
No, it's only if you pre-order it, I think.
No. It's completely open now.
Oh, right, okay.
It's open for everybody. On whatever platform of your choice, you can play it. Well, there you go. Who knew? So thank you for that, I think. What's happened to the quizzes, man? Get your finger out. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, what
He's
are
in
we
the chat.
provide content for this freaking podcast? That's
Yeah,
not how.
for God's sake, man. Fuck's sake, just do it. Sort it out. Sort it out. We have also got an email off Derek Sands. Our very regular emailer. It's like Chini's poos in a toilet. Very regular.
Toilet.
Poos in the toilet. He says this. Retro is the new cool, maybe.
Yeah.
There you go. I think retro's always the new cool, though, isn't it? Whatever decade you're in, it's always like, oh, retro's cool. Let's be retro.
I don't know. In the 1920s, were they like, dude, 1845, that was the coolest decade ever? I don't think so.
Maybe. There's always been revivals of stuff, though, hasn't there, over the years? That always happens.
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever decade you're in. Anyway, he says, hello again, veteran gamers.
Yes, hello.
Yo.
Since we now have the NES and the SNES Mini and the reboot of the Blade Runner franchise on film, apparently it's very good. I'm going to hopefully watch it in the next week.
But I just couldn't make it happen. I think they should do a retro Nintendo Switch console. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
It may look just like the Nintendo Switch, except like retro.
Yeah, like retro.
I watched Drive yesterday. That's got Ryan Gosling in.
I've heard good
Yeah,
things.
that's meant to be pretty good.
It is good.
Have you seen Baby Driver?
No.
I have not.
I wanted to watch that straight after
Very
because
good.
it's another driving film. But Drive is
So
sick.
good.
Drive is like Hotline Miami, but the film. It's class.
Yeah, Baby Driver is pretty good too. You need to watch that as well.
I'm not fucking talking about that game.
It's not a game, it's a film. What are
Film.
you talking about?
Whatever. Read the fucking email.
Anyway, it seems that old games and movies never die. You just have to wait long enough for someone to revive them. So, with that in mind, what long-dead video game or video game franchise would you most like to see return in the modern rebooted form? So,
Eco. Do a reboot of Eco. Eco Part 6.
Eco. Yeah, it's never going to happen though, is it?
That's not the question. God damn. What's the video franchise you want to see rebooted? But it has to be realistic in that it's going to happen.
Yeah, but let's be honest, right?
Fantastical discussions.
Stu,
of
that's
games.
not the question.
It took him 10 years to make the bloody Last Guardian.
I
No,
know.
Stu, this is
It's not
like
gonna happen.
there's
That's
no question of it not going to happen. What would be in a fantasy world your game?
All right. For me, it would be Time Splitters.
That's not going to happen. I'm never going to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was really good. That was the first co-op game I ever played.
Yeah.
And it was split screen Time Splitters, and it was really good. And I remember that. It's a long time ago. So that's what it would be for me. What about you, Chinny?
I don't really know, to be honest.
I would like to see them make a new Myst game these days. And I guess Abduction was sort of like that, but.
Oh, I know. What about a new Mario Kart? Oh, they do that every 2 years.
Yeah.
Ah.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Maybe another Contra. I think I'd play another Contra.
You see, I think for me, one of the best revivals of a video game has been Resident Evil this year.
Yeah.
Because I know they had a 6.
It
but
never went.
was a bit
But it never went away though, did it? Really?
It never went away, but it
Contra
was a bit
has
shit.
there hasn't been a Contra for years.
Yeah, true. I guess you're right, but I don't know.
Oh.
I can't think of anything else. Can you think of anything else?
Well,
That you've not had for a long time?
Carmageddon 2.
We've had a Carmageddon, haven't we, or whatever? You
Yeah,
played
I've got it. No, I've got
Yeah,
it.
so you've
I
got
I own it.
Yeah.
I haven't played it.
Carmageddon, I've got it, but I don't know.
What about Tomb
Alright, go on.
Raider, like the old Tomb Raiders?
Well, that was like super hard, and
Where
you had
you,
to like
like-
hold a button in.
She
All the
walks like the old Tomb Raider Lara Croft did, and you walk in a room and you're like, "What the fuck do I have to do here?" And yeah, you work it out. That's what I want. A fucking old Tomb Raider.
Like old rock hard makes you think a bit more Tomb Raider. Is that
Yeah.
what you're saying? I can see that. I can kind of see that. Anyway, he continues. I think in order to qualify, the game or franchise must have been out of circulation for at least 7 years. Oh, well, that doesn't count for Tomb Raider, does it? So anything up to 2010, and I'm not counting old games that have been simply re-released in their original forms, like the ones on the NES or SNES Mini.
So yeah, we should have read the whole email.
Yeah, we should have done.
Tried
I should have carried on for a bit.
$1 for every time I heard that.
Yeah. For me, I'd like to see a revived Pilot Wings. The N64 version is a top 30 of my all-time games
I was
list.
never a fan of Pilot Wings. I played it. I never really liked it. I don't know why. But yeah, Contra still holds. There hasn't been a Contra for fucking ages. So yeah, Contra's still mine. And
Contra.
the old Tomb Raiders, I would say the last one was probably Tomb Raider 4, like of the old style.
Yeah, with the pointy boobs.
Yeah, and that would still apply. I'm not talking about these new Tomb Raider ones, where Lara Croft's all like whiny and shit.
Like modern and stuff, and
It-
screams every time. Like, I mean, why
In
does she
Tomb
have to
Raider
scream every
3
time like a big spike gets stuck in her. I
In
don't
Tomb
know.
Raider 3, she was a badass. You could lock your old waiter man in the freezer, and she didn't give a shit. And like in Tomb Raider 1, in the opening scene, these guys just get eaten by wolves, and she's like, "Pff, whatever, I don't know, it was a shit." That's the Tomb Raider I want.
Yeah, not this like modern.
Not this
It's
like,
got feelings
oh
and
no, oh no, oh no,
I don't remember that dialogue.
Yeah.
But okay.
It was definitely there.
oh no.
It's acting. Oh no.
Oh no. Okay, for this scene, we need you to say, "Oh no," like something bad's happening. Oh no.
Oh no.
Now
be fair-
now say it like the pizza's late. Oh no, like that.
To be fair, in the original Tomb Raiders, she did have some pretty horrific deaths in that, even, didn't
Yeah,
she?
yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
falling down pits with spikes in the bottom and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, the deaths are fine. That's not my issue. My issue is that she's a bit like, oh no.
She's
Ugh.
Tiny Scottish.
Oh no, there's people trying to kill me and stuff. Whereas the old one, she's like, oh, there's like a big walking mummy. I don't know, whatever. I've got stuff to do.
She did.
Yeah. I mean, the only other thing to bear in mind as well, like in the new ones, there's no scary baboons. I mean, they were the
It's
worst
true.
thing in like, that original Tomb Raider game with the baboons. Do you remember the baboons? Oh my
I just
God.
like you saying baboons. I think you saying
Baboon.
Baboons. Baboons. Anyway, he continues. Here are some of the game franchises I would like to see revived. Half-Life.
No.
You know,
Yeah.
actually, that's not strictly true. That isn't strictly true. Because there is a team of modders currently working on the. You know, the guy released these.
That's not. Presumably, it means the original developers are
Yes,
making it again.
he means Valve making it. Stop
I
talking.
know, but
Somebody by that
someone is
logic,
working
every
on
game
one.
out there,
Someone's working
somebody's
on
No.
it.
doing a freeware version of this.
Based,
Now.
yeah, based on the story in
No.
the Half-Life.
No.
It could be good. It could
No.
be good.
There's been
No.
a Portal thing because Portal stories came out.
Okay,
Yeah,
read
it could
on.
be good,
Read
though.
on.
Two Rock,
There was a remake of Turok. It was terrible.
terrible. F-Zero,
F-Zero sick. F-Zero 64 was the best F-Zero. The one on SNES is terrible.
amazing. Whatever. Time Splitters, which
Overrated.
you mentioned as well. I like Time Splitters. You're wrong. Super Monkey Ball.
Badass. Loved it. GameCube. What?
I actually
That-
played the game.
Dino Crisis.
Poor man's Resident Evil. Shit.
Shit. Dungeon Siege.
Wank.
Never played it.
Putty Squad.
Not even a real game.
What the fuck is that? What the hell is Putty
I'm
Squad?
gonna look up
Does anyone
Putty Squad. I
look
feel
up Putty
in my
Squad? What the hell
brain
is that?
this is what I want it to be. You ready? I want it
Go
to
on.
be a GTA clone, but instead of people, you're putty.
That would be cool.
That would be
I
cool.
seriously doubt that's it.
I don't think it's anything
I'm gonna put
like
it up on
that.
the stream now. Putty Squad.
Putty Squad.
Squad.
Yeah, Jet Set Radio.
Hey, drive around on your little.
Skates,
We
roller
got
skates.
we got
It's
Jet Set.
roller
It's called Sunset Overdrive. It's fine. Same thing.
Yeah. Another one. I have no clue what this. Onimusha.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Isn't it in our JRPG?
Putty
Onimusha.
Squad looks like a sort of a platformer where you play a blue ball that can like bounce and stuff. It doesn't look very good.
Oh, it's like a boy and his blob.
Yeah, I'm looking at it on the screen now. What is that?
What's that?
It's very colourful, I have to say.
Yeah. Well, 2D games were out of date by then. No one.
Funny because he said about Cuphead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speedball.
No,
Yeah,
no,
Speed. Yeah, Speedball 2 was very good, but it was of a time, and now I remember them releasing this on the Xbox Live indie games. So they released Speedball 2 as a sort of Xbox Live game. It's a bit shit now. It was great back in the day, but now it's just a bit shit. You know what I mean? It was cool. I mean, I remember playing loads of this with my brother and his mates. You know, we used to all sit on the bed and have like big tournaments and stuff. And it was kind of cool. And it was around the same time as like Sensible Soccer and Kickoff and all that kind of stuff. But
Oh wait, sorry. How long must the game have been out of commission? 5 years?
yeah, up to 2010. So after
7.
2010, it
Oh
doesn't
man,
count.
because there's a game that came out 5 years ago that I would love to see a remake of.
What's that? What's that? You can
Yeah,
say it anyway.
I'll tell you a
Oh, I hope.
from it.
Okay, here we go.
Letters with R. Is that a R? A R, G, and a K?
Should remember everything you see.
That's the killer's dream.
Was that the killer's dream?
Yep.
See?
I think it
Well,
was.
wow, that's the original Speedball. That was terrible. No, what you need to look up is
Yeah,
Speedball 2.
classic.
Look up Speedball 2, man. God, that looks shit.
Okay.
Oh, this is awesome. What are you talking about?
I think a game that. What about Skyrim? Would you want to?
Oh yeah, they should make a Skyrim card game or an MMO out of Skyrim. That'd be so.
Do you know, weirdly, Skyrim would count. That came out in 2010, didn't it?
No, it's 7 years. 7 years.
And when did Skyrim come out?
2011.
Oh, I was nearly right. It's still 6 years old. It was close.
Nearly right.
Nearly right. It's a bloody
They
old
did
game.
remake Skyrim. What is wrong with you?
Oh yeah, they did. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they did already.
Forgot about that. I played it. I played the remake.
If they remade it again, I'd buy it again.
Yeah, but do you not just want the next Elder Scrolls game?
Well, of course I want the next Elder Scrolls game.
Well,
but
why
they're
are you
never
bothered about
it-
bloody
They're
Skyrim?
too busy. They're too busy making card games and MMOs and
They're
all
too
that.
busy making freaking Skyrim for everything. Oh, let's put it on VR. Oh, let's put it on the Switch.
Well, if people stop buying VR bullshit, they wouldn't keep making games for it, would they?
People stop buying Switch bullshit. People might stop buying it.
Whatever. People stop selling their PS4s to deaf people on Gumdrop.
I guess.
Is there anything else in this email, or are we done?
Echo the Dolphin.
Yeah.
Echo the
that
Dolphin
game
is
was-
awful.
It was shit. There's no need to ever remake that game because it was terrible. Echo the Dolphin was just a pile of shit.
Well, my understanding was that it was all about the aesthetics back in the day. Is that not correct?
It looked nice. It looked nice, Echo, but it was crap.
It was
the
crap.
gameplay was terrible.
It made me want to. It made me want to punch a dolphin.
Did
Yeah.
it made me want to be violent towards dolphins?
Yeah.
It was that
did.
bad.
It was that bad.
Or like punch them or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
That's
want to
literally
shove-
what I just said, Stu.
Yeah, literally what Chinny said, what he said.
Yeah.
The Strike series, Desert Jungle Urban.
Yeah, man. I used to like Desert Strike. It was cool.
What was that? It was like first person.
Like
What is
no,
that?
it's an isometric thing where you pick up people and then you put them somewhere else.
Well,
Sounds
It was good.
riveting.
It was fucking sick. Use
Where
a
can I
helicopter.
find this game to play?
It was good. I like Desert Strike. Desert Strike was
Sounds-
badass.
It's terrible.
No, it was a good game. Like you fly and then you'd have to blow some stuff up and then you pick up some people and you'd be like, what the fuck? and then you like, oh, rescue all these people, and you rescue them, and you drop your little zip line, and you pick them up.
Oh, I see. So you were in a helicopter all the time.
Yeah, you're in a little helicopter.
I see.
Exactly.
Zip the line.
Helicopter. And that's it. It said, I'm already looking forward to the Veteran Gamers revival in 20 years' time.
Yeah.
Unless you're still doing the show in 2037.
Exactly. We can't have a revival if we never go away.
Could
Yeah,
happen.
we gotta go away for 10 years.
Yeah, we're gonna do a Saturday Night Live revival. You've been doing it. Just
Yeah, it'll probably happen, I guess. So there you go. That's it for the emails this week.
Booyah.
all right. Ready for the speak pie.
Oh,
Speak
type. It's the way to leave a message for us.
They're both from Brian Bronson. So let's get started with the first one. 90 seconds. Hello.
It's broken.
I know. What's up with this? Go ahead.
Hello, Veteran Gamers boys, it's Brian Bronson here, and I just wanted to say to you today, run them jewels fast, run them jewels fast, run them jewels fast, run them jewels fast. Well, that was sick, wasn't it? It was like RTJ, the random people like RTJ, RTJ. Anyways, I have got a question for you. My question is this. Listen up. Listen up.
Brian Bronson needs to eat more sugar.
There. Anyways, if you were like on a desert island with Wi-Fi and electricity and a games console, hold on, maybe not on a desert island. Maybe just somewhere really shit like Birmingham or something. All right, anyway, let's say you're in the middle of the wilderness, like Birmingham or Wolverhampton, where that like Chili Goose lives and all that, and you can only have one game. What game would that be?
Skyrim.
For me, it'd have to be GTA, because GTA is just sick, and you can do like loads of stuff, and that, and you all like little games in the big game. You can only play one game. I'm sure I probably asked this shit before. Anyway, what game would it be and why? And Stu, don't you fucking say Deadly Premonition. It's shit, all right? Beat that, Team Nuke. Boop.
Now it's done.
I was thinking about this, right? Is the only way to settle the bet that people think I'm Brian Bronson, right? And like, if I try and
it's you, isn't it?
If I try and do a Brian Bronson impression, will that prove that I'm not him?
Let's see. I don't know.
I've never tried this. I don't know what's going to come out here. You ready?
Let's hear it.
Okay, go.
What up, guys? It's Brian Bronson. Is that it?
That was close.
That's pretty close. So, okay. Well, with the video games, that's pretty. That's all I got.
You see, that's now you see this muddies the water, because now it sounds like you're trying to do a bad impression of yourself doing an impression of Brian Bronson.
I can't. I don't know how to prove that it's not me.
Can't prove a false positive.
Yeah, go on, prove it, man. Prove it's not. You're not him.
Yeah, so I'm saying you can't prove you're
prove
you're not the Unabomber, Stu.
What?
See, you can't do it.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my god.
So prove you're not Theresa May.
Theresa May.
I
Holy
did get a
cow.
bit of a Theresa May vibe from him this year at EGX.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He had a cold.
She is talking about poo.
He had a cold. Anyway, I would probably GTA 5 would be mine, because it is the game that keeps giving. So I would.
But if it weren't online, would you still want it?
If it wasn't online.
So why would you not go PUBG? I mean, you like PUBG for life and all that.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to change it to PUBG. Thank you very much.
I was like, what? No PUBG.
The thing is with GTA, like when you play it, when I play it now, you still spot things that are like, I didn't know this was here.
Well, yeah.
So if time's not a problem, you can be like, I'm just going to slowly walk around this street and see this street and see what I can do. And the world's your oyster.
See, that's how I know I love Skyrim the most, because when I was thinking about this question, I was like, I could say Rocket League, but you know what? I think it would be Skyrim.
Yeah. You need something expansive, don't you? That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, something where you can still explore and find something new all the time. I don't know. I mean, it's hard because the problem I've got is I like new shiny things. I get bored very quickly of games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I always need something new to play or something different. So I don't know. I don't know what I'd play if I was sort
So what
of
if they said you could have like a new game from the makers of Deadly Premonition?
Yeah, it's something coming. He's doing something, isn't he? At the moment, he is working on a game. I think he's doing this cat.
Yeah, that's
cat
exactly.
RPG.
That's
Isn't
what we
it?
read. Yeah, it's something. It's a game coming. It's something from.
Yeah, he's definitely doing something weird, no doubt. I don't know. You see, I'd like to play Red Dead again. I've not played that in a long time, and you can play that online, and you can sort of, you know, go around the Wild West and stuff. But you get bored eventually, wouldn't you, with whatever you took with you?
Oh, not Skyrim.
You know, and if you're in Wolverhampton, you know, you need to play something classy. So, I don't know. Skyrim, I mean, you'd be all right with Skyrim. You just play that forever, wouldn't you?
Of course.
Play that forever. I'd maybe go Oblivion. Because I still love that game.
Oh.
You know, I played that a lot. You know, I played 150 odd hours of that game, which is a lot for me.
Yeah, I know. It's just so weird to me that you would choose that and not Skyrim.
I don't know. I just liked Oblivion. It's
great. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of the mechanics compared to today's games, oof.
I know. I don't know. It just
mini game when you're trying to influence shopkeepers. Tell me another joke. That's a good one.
Yeah, I never really did any of that bollocks, but you know, going into the painting, man, that was cool.
Yeah, it was. I agree.
There was some cool. I just think the side quests were better in Oblivion than they were in Skyrim.
What you know? You didn't even play Skyrim.
I played a bit of it. I still played 30 or 40 hours. I played enough.
That's nothing. And you explored 2 side quests.
Look, it wasn't enough to hook me in, all right?
I don't even care. You like what you like. That's fine.
That's right.
All right.
So
next,
we have got another one. I have no idea what this one is.
All right. This is 42 seconds also from Brian Bronson.
Hello, veteran gamers.
He seems to get quieter every time. It's like further back from the phone.
Brian Bronson here. Just a quick one this week, really, because I ain't got a lot of time. About to sit out with the boys and go down the pub and like drink all the drinks. So ain't really got much time for the gamey games at the minute. But I wanted to say this. I just wanted to say, really, that I love the show. It's absolutely great. I fucking love it. And I'm looking forward to hearing many, many more. All right, bye now.
Okay, well, that's very nice of you to say.
I think he's getting emotional.
I don't know.
Was that emotional, or was he trying to tell us who he was? You know, he went into
I think he wobbled there. I think he wobbled. He was like, you know what? It might be time. No, I can't do it. I think he was drunk.
I think he was. I think he'd forgotten he'd already sent us a speak pipe this week, because that's like 2 in the same week.
There we go. Yeah.
The killer's getting sloppy.
Yeah, we've no idea.
Just one mistake.
Chinny, are you sure it's not you? Are you?
Well, if he's drunk,
sure
then
isn't you.
When I was listening to it, I'm like, maybe
you do a good impression of a drunk person. What are you talking about?
He doesn't drink, but Brian Bronson does. So it's like when his alter ego comes out. Oh, it's time to go down a point.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's not me because I can't be asked. Like, my if this was a court case, I would be like, I would talk to the people that know me best, and I'd say, you know me. Do you really think I can be fucking bothered to do this?
No, you couldn't.
I would spend my time with.
And like I said earlier, you were sat with us in Five Guys when we received these sort of EGX one.
There you go.
You were sat with us.
When I could be editing the video from EGX, would I be doing these speak pipes? No.
Exactly.
I would be playing Cuphead instead.
Exactly.
You would.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Suck
right.
it. I
think that's it. That's it, isn't it, for this week? We just need to do some shout
outs. More segments. It's just shout out.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
Right. Well, I'll go first. I'll go first this week. I will. I'm going to go first. Because we should give not so much a shout out, but just a sort of a bit of respect and just say how terrible, you know, the atrocities in America have been this week, and what happened in Las Vegas, and stupid gun laws, I guess.
Yeah,
You know?
stupid, dumb gun laws. What did Australia do after they had a horrible massacre? They got rid of all their big guns, and they haven't had a massacre since. But there's no connection. Sorry, I get sick of it because we should have better gun laws, but we don't. I don't have the guts to stand up to the NRA. So, I agree. It's very messed up.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if anyone listens who was involved or, you know, anything of that nature, but, you know, if anyone's been affected by this, I do just want to say a big sort of, you know, hope everyone's okay. And, you know, it's just one of them things, I guess.
The beautiful thing, as always,
it's messed up, man. It's messed up.
Seeing people go in to help and the tales of heroism, people saving other people to sacrifice their own life and whatnot. That stuff's amazing. So the spirit of humanity lives on even in the darkest moments.
Yeah. So over to you, Duke.
Yeah, I don't really have any shout outs. Antonio, as always, Rugged League, A-Day. And yeah, Chinny for playing Cuphead, and I'm going to watch that stream, but I just haven't done it yet. And Stu for loving Pooh. I don't know.
I love Pooh stories. I don't necessarily love Pooh in itself.
Shout out to the Duchess because she did an Alzheimer's walk today. So good for her for representing research into the disease of Alzheimer's.
Yeah, that's terrible disease.
Yep.
Oh, I did a walk. I did a charity walk yesterday.
Sweet.
Yeah, what was yours for?
I don't know.
I was just walking around asking people.
You just went for a walk, didn't you?
Yeah.
You didn't do a charity
No, I
walk
did
at
do a
all.
charity. It was for the Haven, so which is against for or against. I'm not quite sure which one, but domestic abuse against women.
Just a minute. What?
What?
You don't know what it was for or against.
I thought it was
domestic
for,
abuse.
and then I turned up and there was against it, and I was like, well, I'm here now, you know. So I might as well just go with the flow.
Oh my god.
No, it was.
How far did you walk? How far did
It was
you
only
go?
5k. It wasn't like a massive one, but you know, it was all right. No, it's like,
So did you actually jog or walk?
no, it's just a walk, just a steady walk.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like
That's good
domestic
to do
abuse
with-
against women and children. So there you go. And we
Yeah, that
raised
is terrible, to be fair.
some money. Is it my turn for shout-outs?
Yes, do
It is.
I would like to shout out Andy or Panda Reviews because this year at EGX, I forgot to mention this last week, but he gives me a Lego set now. This
Yeah,
is
you
his
were meant
thing.
to build this while we
yes.
were recording the show.
I was going to build it after the show, but I haven't seen him tonight. He's not on the stream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it for. I'm going to say, yeah, I know. I'm going to save it. I've got it next to me. I haven't forgotten it. There it is. I actually remembered it this week. But I haven't seen him. So I'm going to build this next week.
So
So Andy,
we're gonna build it.
yeah, Andy, you've got to listen live next week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Chinny can build these things.
It's just the thing.
Listen
So
and watch live next
yeah,
week.
I will put the webcam on next week and I'll build this Lego thing. I don't know why. It's just a thing that we do now.
I love the idea that it's like a really hard piece of Lego kit, and you're just like, God damn piece of shit won't fit together.
It's for people that are interested. Actually, it's a Star Wars Bounty Hunter speeder bike battle pack.
It sounds cool. It does sound cool.
Good. It's pretty good. Also, I wanted to talk about Extra Life this year. Extra Life is coming up.
It
So
is.
for people that don't know, this is the 24-hour gaming marathon that the VG Hub get heavily involved with. I know the Overseas Connection are very much into this. Greg and Mark and just Gary DeFelice, lots of people, and the Extra Life WhatsApp group has been exploding. So I know people are into it. I have a little bit of a conundrum.
Oh yeah, what's that?
I wanted to get my brother involved this year, but he's
Mind
not.
you, he kind of was involved last year, wasn't he?
He was,
there
but I
all the
wanted
time,
him to
in
get.
and out.
He really enjoyed it, even though he fell asleep for a lot of it.
Didn't we see him in his pants at some point?
At some point, that might have happened. So what we're going to try and make it a bit more of an event. Like, we really had a good time last year. So for people that don't know, last year I did a Mario marathon. I played as many Mario games as I could in 24 hours, and I got to Super Mario World. This year I'm not quite sure where I'm going to play yet, but my original idea was for the Chin brothers to do Mario Brothers. So me and Pete to play as many co-op Mario games as we could. So it turns out that it's not going to quite work out because on the 4th of November, which is when Extra Life is, my brother's going to a gig, and in the day he has to look after the twins and pick up his other kid and do all this stuff, and he has to do that every Saturday. So he said to me, well, if you did it another day, like the week after or something, maybe I could join you about 8 o'clock in the evening, and then we do some stuff together. So I'm debating, and I was going to discuss this with you two, which I'm doing right now. Could I do it on the week after, or would that be better, or would that
Fine with
matter?
me. I don't care.
I know you don't
personally
care, but do you think it's a good thing to do? Do you think I should do
I
it
don't
at the
know. I
same
think
time
it's
as
a bit
everybody else?
weird.
Or?
I think as well, when you do it with everyone else, everyone's sort of flitting between streams and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a bit weird if you did it on your own.
Right.
If you know
On
what
the
I
other
mean.
hand, on the other hand, doing it with your brother would be a really cool special thing. So I think that's a good reason to do it in an exceptional time.
Yeah.
So I think there's pluses and minuses in both directions.
So
Yeah,
I suppose
I don't know.
what
I
I'm
don't
doing.
know.
This is what I'm doing now. Is I'm asking the listeners, right? Would you mind if I did it on the 11th? I think it's the 11th. And would you still watch it? Would you be interested in watching it? Would you still tune in? Or do you think it'd be better that I sort of did it with everybody else, and like did it at the same time as everybody else? I'm not sure what the good thing to do is. I can do it both days. It doesn't really matter to me. But if I do it on the 11th, then my brother can join me halfway, and we can do some stuff. But anyway, regardless, we was going to have a bit of a party, like a bit of a thing where we have like, people come round again, and we have like a buffet. And I think last year I got my dad up here, Jimmy and Madeline up here, got some friends round up here,
Had some awesome hats last year.
and some hats.
They had awesome hats.
Awesome hats. So if I did it on the 11th, that would be more possible. Whereas if I did it on the 4th, that would be less possible. So I don't know.
Oh, I got a shout out. I want to shout out those turds who gave Tara a hard time when she went to the dance thing.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a for you.
Yeah, so very briefly what that was, that Tara went to a charity line dancing thing with all her girlfriends, right? There was about 11 of them, including a child, right, for charity. And she went there, did the line dancing, and they chucked them out because they wasn't doing it well enough.
Them line dancers take it way serious.
They was taking it very, very seriously. And
They
Tara
take it
went...
very seriously.
Tara
if you're
went...
not doing the steps right, oh, man.
Tara went fucking mad at them and said, this is for
Gives a
charity.
shit. Oh, we're raising money for charity, having fun dancing. No, you're not doing it right.
So what Tara's going to do, I think, is she's going to organise her own charity event. And she's
Awesome.
going to go, fuck them. And she's going to do like a thing for charity. So
Yeah.
it's
Good for
inspired.
her.
It's
That's
inspired.
the
us.
best way to get revenge is with other charities.
Yeah. So there you go. So yeah, I would like people's feedback on what to do on Extra Life. Please write into the show. Go to veterancameras.co.uk, contact at the top right, or just tweet us. Send us a tweet if that's easier. Just Veteran Cameras, and just tell me what do you think is the best thing to do. I'm not sure what to do. So yeah, some people. I remember I mentioned it to someone who's like, yeah, but it might be good because then you're doing it at a different time at everybody else. So like, you might just like get a few more people, or it might be better to do it at the same time because it's in the spirit of it. I'm not really sure. And really, it's just about I want to do it with my brother. That's the only reason why I'm debating it. So let me know about that.
Come on, Nat, tell him what to do.
Wednesdays and Thursdays are stream days. So hey, if you want to watch me play video games live on the internet. Yeah, it might be Cuphead this week, might be Hellboy, might be PUBG, who knows. I haven't played PUBG for a while. Yeah, so that's it. That's my shout-outs, which was long, but, I don't know, it's charity stuff.
Sometimes it calls.
Charity, man. It's a good cause. It's a good cause.
It is a good cause.
There is another site you should check out, which is called VGHub.net.
VGHub.net.
On
They're
there,
doing extra
you find a bunch of links to other video game podcasts similar in vein to ours, but different in the way they're delivered. Some have all kinds of sound effects.
Are for old people.
Some talk about RPGs.
Too many, some people say.
Come
Too
on.
many.
Some might say that.
No one says that.
Then, of course, you have links to, great forums.
You don't have any other friends.
So
don't
check
have
it out.
any other
VGHub.net.
friends.
It is a great starting point for your podcast discovery.
Great starting point.
There you go.
There you go. Anything else?
That's it. No.
Thanks for
Well,
listening.
the only other thing. Whoa, just a minute. We should. We should tell people where they can. Shut up. where they can donate for Extra Life, because you didn't
here's
really
where you
mention
can
that.
donate, people. You ready? Shove it up your ass. They can go to, I don't know, extralives.com or some shit.
Well, at the moment, probably the best thing to do is donate. Look, because I haven't joined the team yet. I don't think. You got to join the team.
I think you would know whether you've done that or not.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet, but basically,
Send it out on our Twitter, won't we?
Yeah, you don't have to donate to me. We have a team, so the way it works is the VG Hub as a team, and on it is Greg DeLacy, Gary D. Felice, but don't donate to them because they've raised the most money because they're greedy fucks. There's Kim Woods is on there, Gary Lever, Phil Olsen, Mark, Antonio, Daniel, Napman. They're all there. So just because I'm not on it, donate to one of those, and it's all good. And don't forget, I'm not quite sure what it is yet, but there might be a prize if you donate for me. Ooh.
Oh yeah, we forgot about the prize. Yes, there's a prize. Maybe a fancy prize.
Fancy prize.
Fancy pants. Fancy pants Chinny It's actually a wire coat hanger with a bit of shit on the end.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna get.
You get the actual coat hanger that I used. Lucky bastard.
I think that really is it now. Let's do the
fuck out of here.
May I?
Yeah, you may.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2.
Instead, sitting at home, watch TV, turn it up, slow good to me.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Another show in the bag.
That's right. And now it's going to stop recording.
Yay.
All right. Let's see if I got that yay.
Did you get that?
Did
you get that? It's always a good thing. It's over. It's over. It's
Viva
over.
La Pedros.
It's over.
Viva La Pedros has joined the chat, and he put up a poll on Twitter saying, "Who do you think the Brian Bryanson is?" And
we got an actual poll going.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
now.
He put up a poll, and I think the winner was at the moment is Pilch, and I was second.
I don't think it is. I don't know.
No, I don't think it's Pilch.
I don't think it is Pilch, because I sort of directly asked him as well. I went, oh yeah, because when we received the EGX one, he was sat there and like, oh, thanks for the speak pipe. And he was like, wow, what are you talking about? And he did seem fairly genuine that it wasn't him. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's somebody we don't know. Like we don't know who they are.
Yeah, I think it could be for someone fairly recent listener to, because we've been asked the Desert Island question a lot of times over the years.
That's true. So I reckon it's somebody that we don't really know.
Yeah, I think it is.
It's Pilch either.
No, I don't think it's Pilch. And I obviously don't think it's you either, because you just couldn't be arsed.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I mean, it's a bit like the Will. I think it's the same person who does Will I Am.
Oh, of course it is.
I do. I think it's the same, but I have no idea who that is either. So I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't care. It's just funny. I don't know. I don't care.
I think they should keep it. They should send us a letter that says open in 2037.
Yeah. When we do 20 more years,
we could have a tontine to figure out who it is.
Yeah.
The last person alive gets to open. Chinny, guess what? Stu died. Oh my God! I remember Duke died in that horrible exploding orgy, and then Stu stayed alive for 35 years. Now I finally get to know. Oh, my eyes! I just went blind. Someone read this to me.
Duke, the last thing I could ever imagine is you attending an orgy.
Oh, it's gonna be an exploding orgy. That's how I'm gonna die.
Is this like, do you mean like a sex orgy and it's just exploding? What are you talking about?
Of course. What other kind of orgy is there?
I don't know, an orgy of destruction, you know?
No, that's not an orgy, though. You wouldn't describe that as an orgy. You describe it as a mayhem.
I think maybe Duke's got a darker side we just don't know about.
Oh, yeah. Have y'all seen Big Mouth on Netflix?
I have seen Big Mouth on Netflix.
I like it. I think it's very well done. Antonio's hating, but whatever.
Well, I kind of said to Kay, oh, maybe this would be all right for Millie to watch. And then we watched it, and I was like,
no, it is not okay.
Maybe it's not all right for Millie to watch.
I mean, it's about that time of her life, but...
It is, but it's very, very... It's kind of like The In-Betweeners if it was an American cartoon.
So you know, Chinny, it's about teenagers going through puberty, and they have the hormone monster who tempts them into being all sorts of sexually adventurous.
Jacking off all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's very well done. It's Nick Kroll and Jason Mantzoukas and some other...
I think I saw a trailer for it, because Netflix does this thing now where when you finish watching a thing, it'll go, hey, you got a trailer for this new thing. And it was.
I hate the fact that they start playing audio from something if you linger over it for 5
well,
seconds.
they stop playing they just stop playing it. If you just stay, if you want to look at it, they just go, no, you're playing it now. And you're like, no.
Fuck off. I want to choose, yes, play this, or no, don't play it.
Yeah.
But we also watched a movie on Netflix last night called Okja, OKJA. It's really good. It's got Tilda Swinton and Giancarlo Esposito, but he's wasted in it. He's in a very small role. But it's really good. It's very sad, very powerful. OKJA.
Yeah, what's it about? What's the story?
It's about this little girl in South Korea in the mountains who adopts this enormous pig, and he's very cute and very friendly, and it's, you know, it's kind of I don't know how you would describe it. You know, it's kind of friendship between human and enormous creature. And then this multinational food conglomerate comes to take him. And it's the Animal Liberation Front gets involved, and there's all sorts of crazy hijinks and car chases. And it's very sad at times. It's very funny at times. It's just really good.
There you go. I'll tell you what else is worth watching, although we haven't got around to it, but it's getting very good reviews, is Gerald's Game.
Oh, I've watched it.
It's meant to be pretty good.
It's fucking stupid. It's stupid.
It's
fucking
it's
dumb.
meant to be really good.
It's dumb. It gets really weird, and like the acting.
I've read the book. The book is very weird.
I don't know. I just like it ended so badly.
I know what happens. I've read the
It's
book.
got 90% in Rotten Tomatoes.
It ended so badly. Like the premise is good. I like the premise. I like the sort of middle bit. I thought it was all right, and then it gets to and then it ends with like the guy. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, man, because it's like dark.
I just thought. I don't know. I just thought it was. There's some bits of it, but I just thought the ending was so bad that it pissed me off, and I was just like, really, that's dumb.
Pissing me off.
That's the one.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, have a good
Well,
one.
by the way, I've seen who someone suggested Marshy as the potential Brian Bryanson.
Marshy? Fucking hell. There's no way he'd do it.
He ain't got time, man. He's got kids and shit going on.
Nah, he wouldn't do that. Marshy's my best friend.
Maybe
I would
it's Matt.
know. I would know.
Maybe it's Matt who's doing it.
There's no way Matt would do it.
Maybe it's someone in your office and you just don't know.
No, nobody in my office would do that. I would know. Matt would sound like a Devon person. I know.
Yeah, he would.
I know what Matt's impression of a West Midlands person is. And there's no way. I don't think we know who it is. I don't think we know who it is.
No, I don't think we do. I
think it's a listener who's never contacted us before. Probably listened in the last 6 months and said, "Oh, I'm gonna send in a speak pipe and do a super thing."
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Yep.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
I don't know.
Check you on the flippy floppy.
Flippy flop.
On the other side, man. There you go.
You know what other film I watched this week?
What other film did you watch?
For some reason, I've got this like guilty pleasure of watching really bad comedy films.
All right, okay.
And they're really bad. And I watched 50 Shades of Black. And
50 Shades. What is that?
It's like
is that like a parody
of 50 Shades of Grey?
I've never even heard of that.
I know it's a Wayans film. You know the Wayans brothers, so it's like the Wayans.
No, not really. Who are the Wayans brothers?
They did White Chicks.
All right. Okay.
Don't drink your juice in South Central or whatever it was. They did.
So they're like trying to be. They're like the budget Farrelly brothers, and are these?
Well, no, they've been going for a long time. They've been going since like 2001, and the Wayans. There's some of them was in the older. I think he's like the uncle. He was in I'm Gonna Get You Sucker and all that sort of stuff. So they got
all right. Okay.
Yeah, so they got a long line of like their family was in a lot of stuff. But like, have you ever watched Scary Movie?
No, I don't really like any of those. I don't think they're very funny.
No, but 50 Shades of Black was not funny at all. But there was just one joke in it that was pretty funny, where he takes off a lady's knickers and he throws them to the wall, and they stick to the wall. And I don't know why that made me laugh. That made me laugh so much. But the rest of the film was terrible.
God. Well, Kay and I are off work tomorrow. And we was talking about going to see the pictures, but there's just nothing on. There's
What about the new Planet of the Apes or something?
No, that's not even on at the pictures. What are you talking
I don't know.
about?
I haven't been to the pictures for a while.
That's not even on.
I'm talking about the 70s Planet of the Apes. Is that...
Blade Runner's on, but she won't like that, so we're not bothering with that.
Well, Tara didn't like the first Blade Runner. I'm not a big fan.
I like the first.
I'm not
Oh,
a big
I love
fan
the-
of the first Blade Runner. I thought it was slow.
It is slow, but it's a good film. It's a good film, man.
I think it's slow.
Yeah.
It looks very. It's a very nice looking film. I will say that, but it's slow.
It's good for its time, you know, when that came out.
I think that's what it is. Like, I feel like it's a good of its time era, and I missed it. I watched it about a year ago, and I didn't like it. So
Yeah.
I don't really appreciate it. Whereas, like, I don't know, I showed Keisha Alien this year, and she thought it was brilliant. So, like, I don't think it's a film that holds up. Aesthetically, it looks really nice, and it inspired a lot, but I don't really like it.
Yeah. I'll tell you what film doesn't hold up very well now when you see it again.
Go on.
The original Terminator.
Oh, no. It was Terminator 2 was the...
Terminator 2 holds up brilliantly now. It
Yeah.
still looks great.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Well, apart from the stick-on metal cones and stuff. Yeah, when he was getting shot.
Oh, that is Andy in the chat.
Which is Andy?
Andy's here. Does that mean
Oh,
I have to make the...
No, it's too late now. We'll have to wait
Andy,
till
I'll do
next
it next week. I'll do it at the start of the show, Andy.
week. Gotta wait till next week, man. It's
I'll
too
do it.
late
I
now.
know I said I'd do it this. I've got it here. Look, I don't know if I can see it. I don't think I've got the webcam on this. Where is the webcam?
That is me.
That
is me. So yeah, so I think we're just gonna go for a walk tomorrow or something stupid. Just go walk.
Why don't you go bowling?
No.
Go bowling.
I do quite like 10-pin bowling. What's that, mate?
We'll play pool.
Yeah. I'm off on Thursday this week. I might dust my roller skates off. Because I've not been roller skating for over a year.
Yeah.
I might do that. I might
Look
just
at the
go
stream,
and dust
Stu.
them.
Look at the stream. There it is.
There it is. I can see it. I can see the Star Wars box.
Is it backwards?
It is.
It is backwards. Let's try and fix
That's
it.
like you, backwards. There you go. It looks cool. It looks cool. It's okay. He's patient. He doesn't mind waiting. He's all good.
He's a good lad.
He's a good lad.
Do.
So,
Oh,
yeah.
normal.
Right.
Safe.
I will let you go.
Okay. There you go. It's normal now. Star Wars.
There you go. It's the right way around. That was cool. Now it's the right way and stuff. Yeah, there it is. Star Wars.
At the start of next week's show, I will start it, and then that'll be that.
Yeah, it shouldn't take you too long. It's 6 to 12-year-olds, isn't it? So you should be
Yeah.
all right with
So probably take me about 4 hours.
that. Well, yeah, take you forever.
Get back to the boxes. I love. Okay, back.
Right. Oh, I'll tell you what I did watch this week, by the way, which is
What?
pretty good. The first 2 episodes of the new Star Trek.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty good.
I've never been into Star Trek.
No, I used to watch it a bit. I like The Next Generation and stuff. And I obviously watched a bit of the original
When the
stuff
Next
when I was a
Generation
kid.
was out, my brother was well into it. But
Yeah, Next Generation was good.
I've never heard him speak about it ever since. I remember him watching it a lot when it was out.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of Deep Space Nine. That was all right, I guess. But yeah, the new one's good. It's worth a watch. Worth a watch.
Is Deep Space Nine the one with Quantum Leap Man in it? Sam Beckett.
It had him, and it had the woman out of Orange Is the New Black. Who played the Russian.
I've never watched it. Bow, bow.
Right, I'm going on this point because this is just noise and
It's
stuff.
Quantum Leap.
Is that what that was?
You never watched Quantum Leap?
Yeah, it's a long time ago though.
Quantum Leap's sick. I also watched Jonathan Creek this week.
Jonathan Creek, I've never watched that ever.
I fucking love Jonathan Creek. It's like the British Columbo.
British Columbo. Right, I'm going.
No.
I am. I'm going. I'm going now.
No.
Have a lively evening. Enjoy your week, and I will speak to you next week at some point in time.
No.
All right. Bye. I'm going now. I'm going. Bye.
Nope. No, you're not.
I'm going.
No,
I'm just gonna cut you off. I don't even have to ask.
Nope.
Why not? Why am I not?
Because you're not.
All right. I've not done it now because it made me feel like I shouldn't do it.
Yep. Told you.
Now I feel guilty and stuff.
Told you.
I've got to go though. I've got to go, man. I've got to go to bed.
No, you don't.
Even though I'm not at work tomorrow, so there's not a bigger deal as normal.
I've got to go to work.
You've got to go to work. What time do you get up for work?
7.
7? God, you lazy bastard.
Doesn't matter what time I said, you would have said lazy bastard.
Yeah, lazy fucker.
You lazy fucker, yeah.
You lazy fucker, yeah.
You fucking fuck.
I can't believe that EGX has been and gone. It seems like it never happened now.
I know. Don't worry.
It's weird, isn't it? It's weird,
I'll make the
man.
video in 6 years.
It's alright. It's in Josh's anyway, so it's all good.
I think you're trying to get a rise out of me.
Are you trying to get a rise out of me, Agent Kuyon? Yeah. Joshy did all right, though. Joshy, he did pretty good.
Yeah. It was very
He did all right. He did all right, man.
Very good.
It's very good. Yeah. So you got something to live up to now.
Nope.
You know what I mean? You've got to do better than Joshy.
No, I don't.
You don't
I heard
care,
about that. No.
Yeah, don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. How's your new camera? You still using your camera? How's it
Yeah,
going?
I used it for the SNES opening video.
Did you?
Yeah.
Ooh. Did you set it up for the coming down the stairs shot?
Yeah.
That
was the
on your
new
little
camera.
tripod. On your little
My
tripod.
little tripod, yeah.
That was pretty good.
I haven't used it since that though, but I will.
No, yeah, you've got the honeymoon coming up at some point in the next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the date of your wedding again? What is that?
The 30th of August.
30th of August, because I'll have to let work know, I guess.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, I will. 30th of August, man. Yeah, better make sure I'm off that week. Ready for Chinny's like big do. It's stuff.
Married.
Oh yeah, getting married. God.
Like a grown.
You'll be like proper old, and then you'll be like, oh, we need to do some bonking, have some kids and shit.
Yeah, I think that's how normal humans talk.
That's how you do it. That's what you say. That's what you'll have to say to Tahara. Just go, oh, I believe now we'll have to do some bonking, have some kids and shit.
I've read this book, and it says we got a bonk.
You got a bonk. You got a bonk and
Time
have some kids and shit.
Time to bonk.
Because, to be honest, mate, if you've not had kids within the first 2 years, people think there's stuff wrong with your bits and shit.
Yeah, well, I'm not really worried about that. What people say.
Yeah. You know, I can't imagine you being a dad. That would just be weird.
I'll be a fucking wicked dad.
You know, you'd be rubbish.
Why?
You'd just be like,
I'm
I don't know. The kids would just run riot, wouldn't they?
Nah, they wouldn't. I'd be like...
You'd just be sat in the middle of this, like, mayhem whirlpool of shit going down.
Nah, I'll be alright.
They'd be like walking around with the nappies on their heads and stuff.
There's no way that would happen.
Nah. I just can't imagine it. It would be funny. It would be funny.
They'll be fine.
I think Tara would be fine. I think you'd be just like, what's going on?
No, I'll
What
be
is
alright.
this? No, I don't know. Don't know.
be
It'd just be weird. You're too young, man. You're too young to be a dad.
I'm
That'd be weird.
32.
I know, but you still seem too young somehow. I don't know.
Because I'm an idiot.
It's weird. I know, it is. It's true. It's true. It's even like, right, when you think about it, when I first met you, Millie was 5.
That's crazy.
Millie was 5 years old when I first met you. That is weird. That is
mad.
funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is crazy. Right. Anyway, I really am gonna go. I've got to go, man.
Okay, mate.
So, all right, mate. Speak to you next week.
See you in a bit.
Jesus. Bye.
Boy.
Bye.
I'm playing Simpsons Tapped Out. I just realised the webcam's still on. Last one took him an hour and a half, so I'm guessing 2.5 hours for this one. Damn. Simpsons Tapped Out. I've moved all my buildings. Barney, you can sleep in the gutter. Smithers, become a hideous drunken wreck. Ralph can celebrate his birthday again. Sea Captain, pray to Poseidon. Matt Groening, you can work in his other office. Fallout Boy, you can read fan mail. Cookie Kwan can aggressively make sales. Maggie can dance to repetitive children's songs. Weird Al Yankovic can get inspiration. That's it, I've done all the tasks. Tasks. Yeah. Sweet. Okay. Oh, I gotta plant some crops. Bam. Done. Right. I'm done. Good night.